Coming at you live on YouTube, welcome to IntraMITTEN SPORTS. Lifelong Lions fans Ray and Phil are here to bring you all of today's exciting action, featuring your Detroit Lions. So sit back, grab a cold one, and enjoy the show. This is Detroit Lions Live on IntraMITTEN SPORTS.
And here we are for week 2 of the Detroit Lions NFL football season. Lions start out at 0-1. Heartbreaking loss in week 1 against the Chicago Bears. Up 23-6 in the fourth quarter. Things going well. And then some injuries happen. Lions secondary gets depleted. And it's all for naught. Mitchell Trubisky leads the Bears to a 21-point unanswered spread. And the Lions lose 27-23. Heartbreaking and gut-wrenching, to say the least. But this is the NFL, and these are professionals, so they must continue to go on. And here we are, week 2, against a team that won 43-34 against the Minnesota Vikings on the road. So going to be a tough affair against the Packers as usual. We'll be at Lambeau Field. That is a place where the Lions are 3-22 in their last 25 attempts against these very Packers. So it's going to be tough, to say the least. Hate to say must win, probably not a must win in this situation, but you put yourself in a must win if you can't get it. Some stat lines from last week. Matt Stafford had a pretty good day overall. He went 24 for 42 for 297 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Not a bad day at all when you're talking about going against a Bears defense that is very stout against both the run and the pass. So it would be tough sledding, but Detroit still made it happen last week on the offensive side of the ball up until midway through the third quarter. You also had Adrian Peterson looking pretty light on his feet for 35 years old. He went for 14 for 93 yards. Not a bad day at all. He's now third in the NFL with 6.6 yards per carry. So pretty impressive. Maybe we should give him the ball more this time around. And then lastly, our leading receiver against the Bears was Danny Amendola with 5 receptions for 81 yards. Great day for Danny. Did a great job going up the middle on post routes, taking hits, taking contact, and still coming down with the football. So good day there overall. You'd like to see a little bit of more TJ Hawkinson this week. That is somebody who we should definitely target when we're trying to get some momentum going. And when we're talking yardage, I'm going to bring my co-host Phil in here. What's up, Phil?
Hey, how are we?
I'm doing well, man. I'm just bringing everybody in. So I'll let you talk in just a second. So continuing on with that, on the offensive side of the ball for the Packers, Aaron Rodgers had himself one heck of a day last week, 32 for 44, 364 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Obviously, against a depleted Detroit Lions secondary, a 6.5 spread for us might seem a little bit generous. And then you had Aaron Jones, 16 for 66 for a touchdown, so not a wonderful day out of him. And lastly, their leading receiver was Davante Adams with 14 receptions, 156 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So he had himself quite a day. He has got to be licking his chops here against the Lions today. With that, we're with my co-host, Phil Chinnery. Phil is punctual as always.
All over it, you know?
Phil, I'm going to put you on the spot here a little bit. I was going to ask you to think about this beforehand, but I think you can come up with an answer. What do the Lions have to do today to come through with a W?
Not suck.
That's about as good an answer as you're going to get, huh?
Yeah, I mean, they're in a pretty big hole. I don't know what you just talked about in the first 3 minutes here.
Just stat lines, pretty much.
But basically, the injuries are killing this team right now with Golladay out again. And then they lost Trufant as well. On the bright side, Okuda's going to make his debut, but now you're asking a rookie cornerback to make his NFL debut against Aaron Rodgers at Lambeau Field, which is that's not easy.
No.
So we'll see what happens, man. I heard you go over the numbers just now with everything the Packers did. Davante Adams, I think, is about to go absolutely bonkers today, regardless of who's covering him. It's just God, I'm going to sound like a really cool, awesome TV announcer, but it's all about ball control in this one. And,
keeping it away from him.
Keeping the offense off the field. To do that, we need the second and third quarter Lions from last week, not the first quarter or fourth quarter Lions from last week. The biggest issue in last week's very winnable game, of course, was they took their foot off the gas late. And that's probably one of my biggest pet peeves in football is like, if you're beating a team by double digits, you got there doing something right. Why not keep doing that? And instead of, getting things done defensively, running the same sets and schemes and all that, they switched it up on offense. They went away from everything that was working and turned it over on some really dumb plays. Stafford taking that sack last week was absolute killer. And then, 6 inches, if Prater had made that field goal, it's a whole different ball game. But he missed it. And then from there, it was just a downward spiral, a.k.a. the Lions. So
being the Lions, yeah.
Right.
I think you made some great points, and just piggyback off of that in general. So you said they took their foot off the gas. A good question for me would be, just kind of going off of that in general, would be, you had Adrian Peterson. I mentioned before you got here, he had 14 carries for 93 yards. I'm also a fan of giving the ball to the hot hand in that situation. Now, don't get conservative running the football by any means, but Darrell Bevell did come into this season saying he wants to establish a run. That's the thing that the Lions have been lacking for a long, long time now. Really, you have to go as far back as the Barry Sanders days to really solidify a good run game or look at a good run game. It seemed like AP was definitely the hot hand in that game, and to only have 14 carries seems a little bit questionable there. I know he's 35. I know he's not necessarily a workhorse anymore, but you look at Kerryon Johnson, and Johnson had 7 carries for 14 yards. So 2 carries per, and DeAndre Swift wasn't exactly a hot hand either. So I felt like AP should be in the game. And interestingly enough, perhaps, look, I'm a big DeAndre Swift fan. If not in Detroit, he will have a bright career somewhere. He's a good running back, to say the least. But AP was catching the ball fine out of the backfield in this game against the Bears. I mean, he was doing he was catching the ball just as well as anybody else. Why was he not out there? In that situation, DeAndre Swift made let's forget about the drop ball for a second. Like that's a common mistake. Rookie or not, you could make that. Maybe you're more likely to make that kind of mistake as a rookie. Maybe he was just happy, hey, my team won the game, and then got ahead of himself, and maybe a few years in, he makes that catch. But outside of that, I mentioned to you after the game when we were talking, is that one play that I can't get out of my head is when he got the ball, he had a chance to get out of bounds, and he chose not to. I know that DeAndre Swift needs to know that this isn't Georgia anymore. You're not in college football anymore. You got you can't. It's harder to make people miss an open field like that, especially when you're down to 0 timeouts. If the Lions had 1 timeout in that situation, I would have maybe understood. But at that point, we had already used our third timeout, I believe. I could be wrong on that, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But either way, we had to save ours. And he was not able to get out of bounds. And it makes you wonder maybe if we should have stayed with AP in that situation, just the veteran and the hot hand. But nonetheless, we can't go back. We can't continue to look back. Today, we have to look forward at a place that I've mentioned. We're 3-22 in our last 25 attempts at Lambeau Field. Not going to be an easy day today. I'm assuming you're thinking that we're going 0-2, huh?
Yeah, I think so. One real quick note, though, because I'm always positive, and I like to be positive. We're 3-22 in the last 25, but haven't all 3 wins come in the past 5 years or something?
I believe at least 2 of them have. And
at least 2.
So last year we lost 23-22 against them at Lambeau. So
right.
I mean, we've definitely been much more competitive against Green Bay in general and at Lambeau. So
right. So it's not some barren hellscape where dreams go to die anymore. At least we're showing some progress or whatever.
Right.
But to answer your question leading into this, yeah, we're going 0-2.
Okay.
Just with the injuries, I think it could be a competitive game, and it might even be for a little bit. But with the way the Packers looked last week, Aaron Rodgers on a mission. They drafting Jordan Love. I guess this was the sneak play. To draft him in the first round to motivate Aaron Rodgers to get him back into gear, because I feel like his past couple years weren't as amazing as they used to be, and he is getting old. But holy Lord, he looked good last week. So maybe they were just doing it as a motivating tactic sort of deal. So yeah, he looks very sharp. Their defense still sucks though, which is where we need to make an impact today. And without Golladay, it's going to be tough. But I think AP can find success. I bet Swift bounces back. He can't get any worse, right? So I think it'd be a really cool thing to show some confidence in the rookie, get him some extra touches. Obviously, he's an explosive playmaker, so that he could be the sort of player that really busts something open here and gets.
And he's got to be ready to. He has to be itching to get back on the football field after that week. I mean, this is. As well. We've played competitive sports. We both played them growing up, and but you and I never made mistakes, so it's hard for us to relate.
I'll tell you that.
But I will say, we do know that these are your brothers out there on that field or whatever, and so when you make a mistake like that or whatever, most people have enough common sense to say, hey, you know what, there were plenty of other things we did wrong outside of that drop pass that made us lose the game. But you're not going to be able to tell DeAndre Swift otherwise. He's got to be itching to get on the football field. Interestingly enough, I have a feeling that this is not going to be this game has high scoring written all over it, but plenty of times that's been the case with Detroit and Green Bay in the past. Like I said, last year, 23-20, the other 23-22 in one matchup, 23-20 in the other. I would not be shocked if this is not what the over-under was actually pretty interesting. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'll have to go back on it, but I want to say it was like 49 points. Now it's at 51. So
still, that's not that much.
That seems pretty. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they might meet that maybe, but that just seems. You're talking about a Packers team that their game was 43-34 against Minnesota last week.
Correct.
If they could score 43 points.
In Minnesota, Kirk Cousins, their receiving core that they have, Thiel's nice, but outside of that, they don't really have anyone to throw to. So, Dalvin Cook's pretty good, I guess, but still.
They have weapons, but Detroit's offense is really potent. So it's interesting to me that 51 points is the money line with both of our starting corners out. Maybe they have something in store for Jeff Okudah. That's my other question for you is, how often you said it's not going to matter who's going to be matched up against Davante Adams, and I mostly agree with that. He is a pretty excellent receiver to say the least. But how often do you think we're going to see that Okudah Davante Adams matchup? Do you think that's where Detroit is wanting to lean? Are they going to put that much pressure on their rookie in his first ever start, or are we going to go the other way around?
If Okudah doesn't guard him, who is?
That's a great question.
They have two veteran corners they brought in, and both of them are missing this game today. So that kind of leaves them in a hole. They don't really have another option.
Right.
That I can name off the top of my head. Honestly, I don't know the 53-man roster, but I know Okudah's next in line, and he's got to get his feet wet at some point. So why not make it today? But if I'm the Packers, I'm attacking that at least once per drive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm throwing a ball to Davante Adams at least once per drive.
Yeah, they may not run the football all game. Aaron Jones might have 4 carries.
And it's I don't know. It's a tough matchup with all the injuries going on. The Packers know what they're doing. Their biggest thing is they've got weapons. They've been playing together for so long that I don't know, stuff just clicks, man. You can just tell that they're always on the same page. And meanwhile, You got Stafford throwing. He's got a rookie running back. He's got AP who's been there for 2 weeks. He's got Cephas who's going to fill in for Golladay, so he's a rookie. These are all new bodies. It's just a growing pain sort of thing. So, loss isn't the worst thing in the world. It sucks for the season, but, these guys got to work together and play together, and it's got to happen at some point. So,
right.
I think we'll be able to take positives away from this. It's just, we'll see what happens. I'm talking like they already lost the game.
I will say, I was going to say that even for my sake too, or whatever. I'm going to try to increase the positivity, especially for the stream's sake, because, nobody wants to watch a bunch of fans that are like, we're going to lose. But we are realists, and we try to pride ourselves on being realist. It does hurt knowing that we're at 0-1, and so if you go 0-2, down 0-2, and then you're looking at Green Bay, they'd be 2-0. Both teams have played nothing but divisional opponents in those 2 games. So, not that we were already talking about divisional opportunities here, but you could pretty much all but kiss the NFC North goodbye if we lose this game, or at the very least, we're way, way, way in a ditch. But let's be honest, as a Lions fan, that's not the goal coming in. The goal coming in was to, possibly squeak your way into the playoffs if you can make it happen. Definitely let that one go last week, but here's another opportunity. Are you surprised by the 6.5 point spread? Are you as surprised by that as I am?
Yeah, it seems a little bit low. especially after seeing what Green Bay did last week. I think Minnesota's defense is better than Detroit's. So that really surprised me. I'm not going to lie, just to keep going with the super positive me, I put $100 on the Packers to cover. So
the optimism is through the roof on our Detroit Lions.
Right. I mean, we'll still call it a good game, keep it nice and entertaining for everybody. But I definitely
go against that. I'm going against that, and I said it in the text, and I meant it. I think the Lions are going to at least cover today. I think we're going to see something pretty surprising out of Detroit. For me, I see the 6.5 point spread, and I'm like, they know we're down to our backups at cornerback or whatever, and we're without Golladay, we're without Joe Dahl, we're without Halapoulivaati Vaitai, who I'm having to learn how to say. I mean, we are just without a lot of players in general. Obviously, Desmond Trufant, like we said, Justin Coleman. We are just so depleted already, and none of it's COVID related,
right?
And so we're pretty depleted, and it's still 6.5 points. And I know in the NFL, obviously, a 6.5 point spread is a big point spread, but it seems like it could be higher, and I think that it's one of those things that we always say, like Vegas might know something that I don't know, because I mean, I know that Detroit can put points on the board or whatever, but we're without so much, and to my knowledge, Green Bay is relatively healthy. I can't really recall anybody off the top of my head that's a great player of theirs that's out today. So it'll be interesting, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. So we're about to what? Maybe 2-3 minutes away from kickoff. Game 2 of the NFL season with your Detroit Lions here on Intermittent Sports. We are the channel that covers the Detroit Lions, Detroit Tigers, Detroit Pistons, although we have to get better about those two teams. We only have so much energy, right? And the Michigan Wolverines, which we find out this week, Phil, there will be a season for Michigan.
Go Blue.
Let's go ahead and go over that really quick before the kickoff happens. So you have, by the way, is your stream, are you good so far?
Yeah, I think I'm fine.
Cool. So Michigan gets the schedule, and they kept the cross-divisional opponents from teams that you were already had during your season in general or whatever. But I thought this was a good opportunity for the Big Ten to possibly, like, kind of make the schedule however they feel like they may want to make it. And I think they did that, Phil, because they gave Ohio State's cross-divisional opponents as Nebraska and Illinois. I did not look at the Big Ten standings, but I think they have to be at least bottom 3 of the West Division. And they gave us Wisconsin and Minnesota, who off the top of my head finished 1st and 2nd in that division last year. So seems like a Big Ten play of saying, hey, I think for me, it's almost like in broad daylight. It's like they're like, let's give Ohio State as easy of a schedule as we can so they can make the playoffs, because that's a big moneymaker for the conference. Right. And let's give Michigan some games that are going to get nationwide interest or whatever that'll boost our ratings or whatever. But they're not going to make the playoffs, so we're not going to worry about giving them an easy schedule. So they get the best of both worlds. They get money on both ends. But I won't go into too much detail on that since the game's about to start. Just wanted to bring it up, since we do probably have some Michigan fans watching, and the kickoff is going, and I'll let you take it from here.
All right, kickoff win out of the back of the end zone, so it's a touchback to start things off. As we get started, Lions ball here. 15 minutes left in the first quarter. As we get underway, Stafford's going to start off in the shotgun. He's got AP to his left. He's going to pass on first down, dump it over the middle, and it's a quick completion. That is to Marvin Jones for about 5 or 6 yards. So you like seeing that early on. Marvin Jones, he kind of, I don't want to say he no-showed last week, because he made a couple catches and he had that truck stick hit on the guy who died, who referred to him as that for the rest of his life.
Jalen Johnson.
But yeah, Marvin Jones definitely needs to step up here with no Golladay, and in a game where we expect a lot of points to be scored.
Absolutely.
So 1st and 5, they fake the handoff play action. They're going to take another shot down the left. This is to Hawkinson. Nice little out route there towards the sideline. It's caught by the big tight end, and he is just dragging Packers with him. That's a gain of about 15, 18 yards right there. So that's a quick first down. As the Lions look super sharp, like I said in the beginning, this is an easy win for Detroit. They're going to dominate on offense. That's a really nice play action fake. Nice route there by Hawkinson. We mentioned it last week about, we want to get him more involved. He only had 5 catches, but he was clearly the best player on the offense last week. So love to see him get more involved. And they're going to hand off to Kerryon Johnson on first down. He's up the middle for about 3 yards, so he's already eclipsing his average.
Above his average, baby. What a baby Kerryon.
This is great. Also, super weird seeing nobody in Lambeau Field.
Yeah, it's not a big ticket item, you know. It's not really a game you care to go to.
That is great. Like, it is honestly super weird. Like last week, the way they have the depth of the seats and the sidelines and stuff at Ford Field, it wasn't a big deal. Like, I even had to ask one time. I couldn't tell if there were fans or not.
Right.
Lambeau seats all the way down to the sideline. You can see it clearly that there's no one here.
Now, are they not doing any kind of capacity, or do they have anybody out there, or no?
No, I didn't see a single body in the stands.
That's wild. I thought they were at least putting some kind of percentage of fans there.
Yeah. On the second down play, the 2nd and 6, they handed it off again to Kerryon. He was hit in the backfield on the safety blitz, but they caught a bunch of his face mask. That's going to be a linebacker caught his face mask, and that's going to be an automatic first down, 15-yard penalty.
So already moving right here.
He busted through the line really well.
And this is opportunity here. I mean, this is something the Lions have also struggled with, is coming in. They've had in the past drives on the first drive of the game where they drove the ball and ended up settling for a field goal or whatever. And, I hate to be picky or hate to be just wanting too much, but this is an opportunity to score a touchdown. Let's go down there and get a touchdown in this situation, Yeah,
definitely got to do something here. So new first down. They're going to hand it off. That is Kerryon still in the backfield, and he rips off another gainer. That's about 4 yards. So he's looking sharp already. That's 3 straight handoffs to him. Obviously he had a pretty tough week last week, so they're focusing on getting him involved. And last year, I mean, he showed a ton of flash last year. When he was healthy, he put together some of the best individual running performances that this team's had since Barry Sanders. So if he gets going, DeAndre Swift gets going, and AP's there with the veteran presence, I mean, that's a formidable backfield. Like that, that's nothing to sneeze at.
And it's something that they can feed off of each other for sure. I mean, those are 3 very, like you said, talented running backs. And it makes you hungry. It makes you want to work harder and do better so you can get more time on the field.
All right. So 2nd and 6, Stafford out of the shotgun, hits Marvin Jones on the crossing route. That ball was actually popped up in the air, but Jones was able to concentrate on it and snag it off the deflection with a defender like hanging on to him. That was a really nice play by Marvin Jones. He was right at the sticks. That gave him the first down. So the Lions get their 3rd first down of the game already. Stafford hasn't missed a pass yet. They haven't had a negative play yet. This Lions team's clicking, baby.
Yeah, this is a great start. We got off to a little bit of a slow start on offense the other day, but then in the second quarter and in the early third quarter, we really picked it up until we went back to kind of prevent mode after that. So we'll see how we do here, but it's a good start to say the least.
So 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line, and they hand off to Johnson again, and he busted up the middle for about 7 yards. So again, I don't know what's happening, but it's awesome. It's really cool. Kerryon looks awesome, man. He looks really sharp.
Oh yeah. Limit your expectations though. Calm down. We haven't been on defense yet. Sorry. We still have to go. There's 2 sides to the football, unfortunately, for us.
All right. 2nd and 3. They hand it off again to Johnson, and he's gonna have enough for the first down. It was 2nd and 3 from the 7. So he's all the way up to the 3-yard line. So that's the 4th first down of the drive for Detroit. 1st and goal now, 3 yards to gain. Johnson's up to 19 yards rushing on 4 rushes. So he's averaging 5 yards a carry. He looks really good. Lions just clicking, baby. And that's without 2 of their starting offensive linemen, by the way, that they're doing with this.
And their best receiver.
Correct. So 1st and goal from the 3, handed off again, and it's a touchdown, baby.
There we go.
Let's go.
Was it Kerryon? You're a little bit ahead of me.
He earned that, man. That was his drive. He does the Lambeau leap. That is absolutely hilarious.
Is there anybody in the stands to catch him?
There's not a single. There's a camera guy who was kind of around there.
All right, next question then, because I am still behind. I'm about to see the play right now. But was he able to get up the wall? No problem. I've seen guys struggle.
He didn't make it all the way up. He leaned over and did air high fives.
Oh yeah, that's not bad. No, that was good. I got it quick. I've seen people struggle getting up that wall sometimes.
Yeah, but no, really nice play drawn up there to get those final 3 yards.
There we go. Lions up 7-0.
I mean, God, that looked good. That was amazing.
Mm-hmm. It was. I mean, we didn't have outside of the face mask play, which that's a positive play, obviously, because of the penalty. But outside of that, we didn't have any kind of play that went for even, everything was three yards or more, at least.
Right. I mean, how many times have we seen it where the Lions will ram it up the middle on first down, second down for no yards, 1 yard.
Yeah.
And they put themselves in a hole third and long. Seeing
Yeah.
these first and second down rushes gain significant positive yardage, that's an absolute game changer.
Yep.
And if they're going to be able to do that this entire game, like obviously it's one drive, it's still very early on, but you quite literally could not have asked for a better start.
I like what I'm interested in is the inflection in your voice as a Lions fan, even though you have $100 on the Packers in this game. So it's got to be a difficult thing to have good inflection, but in the back of your mind, be like, oh man, this is I don't like this.
Here's how I think of it. Right, $100 is awesome. It's potentially like $185 if I actually win, but or sorry, $195 if I actually win the bet. But at the same time, like, maybe I was just doing it to reverse jinx everything.
Yeah.
By personally losing money, I am instilling a winning attitude into the Lions. I'm doing it for the people.
Right. So pretty much lose all your bets with the Lions.
My Venmo's Chinnery23. If any watchers want to help me out, if I lose this bet, I would appreciate it.
We currently have 2 active watchers. So out of the 2 active watchers, if you're willing to Venmo Phil over some money,
I appreciate that.
Do what we got to do. Hey, that is a good thing. In the future, you got the super chats or whatever. You know, you can make some money to make up for your betting habits.
Get that tip button going. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to have. You need tips to support bad habits. That is the way of this channel here on IntraMITTEN SPORTS. The channel. No, great start for the Lions, 7-0 to start. Obviously, we haven't been on defense, and that's where we're going to be nerve wracked. But great start to say the least. To at least make the Packers have to realize that we came to play and we're here, and we don't care if it's on the road in front of that ruckus, large crowd.
Yeah, they're going nuts.
We are going to get our job done. That is interesting to me. That I know that some teams are letting some players and some fans in, and that's at every level pretty much, college football, pro football. But I'm with you. I didn't see anybody in the stands at all. I could be wrong, but maybe that's just what the route that Green Bay chose to take. I don't even know how much 20% capacity really helps anyways, to be honest.
I mean,
it might even have a bad effect.
But that's about it.
Mm-hmm. It might have a negative effect. Feel like a high school football field, whereas if it's just nobody in the stands, you're like, okay, well, you know what? It's just us versus them. It's like one of those heated scrimmages.
I do want to say one thing before we get back to the action here. Earlier on that drive, when I said Hawkinson had that catch for 15 to 18 yards, it was 29 yards. So
yeah,
I suck. I have no idea how to tell distance. I apologize. It was a 29-yard completion.
That's a small difference, but I was laughing last week because you were talking about my video where I did the reaction video and I had Stafford's stats wrong or whatever, his yardage. And I'm like, Phil, I'm going to get a ton of things wrong, man. Like you just, especially in those kind of videos where you're just talking to the camera or whatever, you're like, oh man, I forgot. And I'm not going to be like, like just completely stuttering over myself. So I'm just going to go with it.
All right. We're back to the action here. First play for the Packers. Single back Aaron Jones. They run a toss play to him. He cuts up the middle and 12-yard gain to start things off. So
there we go, baby.
Final score 70-64. I'm calling it right now.
Yeah, I might be wrong on that under prediction. I 51 points and
golly.
And they had it at 49 the other day. I'm like, man, The only reason why I wouldn't take something like that is because it seems too much of a no-brainer. And I'm like, okay, what do y'all know, man?
Exactly. So first down for the Packers from their own 37 single back shotgun formation. One receiver in motion. They hand it off to Jones again. He's going to gain about 4 yards there to the left side. So, a little game break here. I'll call it for you. 49ers against the Jets. Their first play from scrimmage is a toss to Raheem Mostert, and he rips it for 80-yard touchdown. Dude, he's so nasty. I got him on both my fantasy teams. I love Mostert. I think he's great.
Yeah, he's solid. Their run game in general is solid. And the Jets, that's a good thing to do against the Jets, man. That's a tough defense to slut it against,
Yeah.
That's
formation for the Packers here, 2nd and 6, and Aaron Jones I believe he's going to meet Gerard Davis on that play in the backfield. Huge hit from the linebacker. That's going to be a loss of about 3. He absolutely crashed up the middle and stuck him into the ground.
We never get lucky enough for us to be both on the same wavelength with streams. But yeah, I see it now. That was what I really liked about that tackle too is after the initial contact, he wrapped up or whatever. You see a lot of guys sometimes where they get that big hit, but they don't wrap up.
I feel like linebackers wrap up. It's always the safeties and the cornerbacks who go for the big stick and don't use their arms. That's so annoying, man.
Which is weird. You would think somebody undersized or whatever would be the most technical of tacklers.
All right. And 3rd and 8, they run the crossing route, underneath route to Scantling, and he picks up the first down. So Aaron Rodgers, cool under pressure there and out of shotgun formation. Lines up, they showed blitz. They only rushed 4. And a little delay crossing pattern there. Easy pitch and catch on the drag route for a first down. So, oh well.
Yeah, that was well done. That was a good play call in general. I mean, it's hard, but it's going to be hard to tell this game in general if it's good play calling, good execution, or just the Lions being depleted as they are. Right. But that one was their receiver, they ran it wasn't a pick play, but it was kind of designed as a pick play to clear some room and definitely worked to perfection.
And the Packers took their sweet time getting to the line there. They had an A formation. Rodgers audibled out of it, and he ran out of time on the play clock. So they're going to burn their first time out pretty early on, 7:47 left here in the first quarter. So that's a win. Make the Packers waste a timeout. You'd love to see that.
Winners. That's all we do, baby.
Yes, sir.
You know what would be great for this game? It's just another tight, close game that comes down to the wire. Get all those late viewers.
Yeah. We do excel in those situations. So, the Lions are built for that sort of thing.
Those are the ones you like to see. I don't need the Lions losing 49-0 to where nobody cares about my reaction video afterwards, Just that's not what you
Congratulations, by the way. Did that ever hit 3K?
It's right there at it, man. It's right there at it. That was I can't wait. I tell you all the time, man. I'm so excited to show you the power of YouTube. It's very possible. There will be a day where there will be, hundreds of viewers at one time on this stream.
Won't that be something? So 1st and 10 after the quick timeout there. Packers run a play action. Great coverage actually downfield. So Rodgers had to check down to his safety, which was Mercedes Lewis, who makes the grab. He gained, looked like about 3 or 4 yards on that play. But good job by the Lions secondary there, covering all the deep threats as Davante Adams is going to take a quick sit on the sideline. Packers in a bunch formation here, one in the backfield, both receivers tight on the right side. They put one in motion. They a play action fake, roll out by Rodgers. He dumps it off to their backup tight end, Sternberger, it looked like, and he dropped it.
If you are watching right now, we do have 2 live viewers right now. If you do have a way to comment, go ahead and leave a comment. We're here to kind of be interactive with the people watching. Definitely something we want to do. Phil, what do you think about in the future? And this is something I have to really look into because you get trolls and stuff like that or whatever. But I've seen a lot of live streams like this where they allow live callers during sections of the game. You can turn off the phone, turn on the phone, turn off the phone, turn on the phone, or whatever. That's pretty interesting actually because it kind of takes you away from just the game action. You're able to call. You just kind of talk, answer a question, and then talk or whatever, what have you. Something to talk about.
Kind of like a radio calling type deal. I'd be all for it, man. I get kind of tired of talking to you all the time, so if we want to make
I suck.
Speaking of, we just missed a whole play, so let me break it down for you. There, a little play action fake again. Rodgers rolled out to his left and did that patented Aaron Rodgers back across his body toss that was right on target. The pass was dropped, however. So 4th and 6, they're going to go for it. They're on the Lions 42, so too deep for a field goal, and they don't want to waste a punt here. I like them going for it here. 4th and 6.
Do you really think they're gonna snap the ball?
They do. They snap it with no seconds left on the play clock. Across the middle, they fire it over, and a sliding grab there by Lazard. 4th and what a throw. You'll see it here in a second. How cool is Aaron Rodgers, man? 4th and 6, sidearm slings it across the middle. Absolutely perfect ball where only his guy could get it on a sliding grab for the first down. Just a really, really nice pass from Rodgers there. I'm not even mad. That was awesome to see. That was a good throw.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a bummer, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I realized later you said Lions 40. I was thinking it was on their own for a second.
Right. Yeah. No, it was in Lions territory. So I like them going for it. Obviously, it worked out. First play from scrimmage, they ran a hurry-up offense there and ran the ball for 7 yards. So it's 2nd and 3 now from the 25-yard line. 2 in the backfield as Jones splits out left. They're going to fire it to him on a delayed screen pass, and that pass was just out of his outstretched arm, so that's incomplete. Makes it 3rd and 3.
Other third down.
I'm glad he missed that because he had blockers in front. That could have been a big play.
This is the third down on the drive. Detroit's at least doing a good job of putting them in, third down situations. So
yeah, and there's a really cool shot of empty Lambeau Field with a football game going on. It's weird. It's just weird. I can't explain it other than that. It looks funny.
It just shows the bandwagon fans, man. When they suck, they don't come.
Oh, they only scored 43 last week? Boo, I'm not going.
Yeah. You got to at least do half a century.
Here we go, 3rd and 3. Rodgers out of the shotgun. He's going to fire it up to the end zone.
Don't you say that word.
Throws. That was Aaron Jones on a go route out of the backfield. They just had him running against a linebacker. And Rodgers missed him by about a foot too deep on the toss there. Nice coverage by Harris, who had Jones split out. Jones did do that last year a decent amount, I think I remember, where they just straight up line him up as a receiver. He's an all-around weapon kind of guy. I like Aaron Jones a lot. I think he's a great player.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be a 43-yard field goal attempt. And they sneak it in the right upright. So the Packers get on the board early. Mason Crosby converts the 43-yard field goal. So the Lions do a good job there. After giving up a couple first downs on a 3rd down and a 4th down, they stand strong deep in their own territory and force the Packers to kick it. It's 7-3 Lions.
Phil, what's the website that you're on right now? Are you allowed to give that?
So I use NFL Byte, and then
BITE.
Yeah, BIT. NFL Byte serves as a host for streamers, and they give you a list to pick from, and you just pick whichever one you prefer. The one I use is Give Me NFL Streams.
Got you.
They have the fewest amount of ads, and it comes in really HD.
All right, so you heard that. There's Bruce Buffer. I don't know if you know that. That's the guy that calls the UFC fights or whatever. But that's he wanted to know how, and so that is your answer. We are allowed to give away that information. I just didn't know if you wanted to give away that information or whatever. So,
well, I guess the only problem is if they go to the stream, they might not listen to us. So,
well, yeah, I mean, but I feel for people who are wanting to watch the game. I told you last week. I think these games should be. I think the game should be viewed. You should be able to pick what game you want to watch or whatever in your region. Or I don't think I did tell you that. I think that was to my father-in-law.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, I was like, I think you should be able to. It shouldn't be regional or whatever. It should be like you should only get to pick. Like, say, I want to pick just this game. This is the game I want to watch during this time slot or whatever. Right. For one, I feel like you get a lot more viewership or whatever. Because if you got the Carolina Panthers against the Washington football team, I'm not going to watch that here in South Carolina. Right. But if you gave me Detroit and I mean, if I got to pick my game or whatever during the 1 o'clock slot, I mean, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, you can't pick your game. It's called NFL Sunday Ticket, and it's available for only $400.
Yeah, I was about to say that is why they don't do it, because they just make money that way or whatever, and direct, they both get paid at the same time. They don't. It's not about the consumer. When you see these commercials and they try to make it about the consumer, it ain't about us at all. Because my idea just now would work, in many situations or whatever. But why would they do that when there's money involved?
Exactly.
So I got my choice between buying Sunday Ticket or living in Michigan in subpar 6-degree weather.
Yeah. I heard some of my buddies who live in different parts of the country talking about it's like 50 degrees and stuff. I woke up this morning, it was 89. So
wow.
Still not fall here in Florida, but it did rain all morning. Side note, for anyone running Tom Brady or the Buccaneers, they're going to get pissed on all day. So take the under and don't have any receiving stats. That's going to be a really ugly game.
Why do you think that? What do you mean by that?
Rain. It's just going to be sloppy.
Oh, that's what you meant. I thought you were talking about like the Bucks offense was. I was like, is there Carolina defense like world beaters or something? I didn't know that.
No, that game's going to be like 17-11 or some stuff.
Yeah, 7-0 so far for the Bucks, so they at least got a touchdown on the board.
All right, we're back in action on our game, and after a touchback, the Lions run a play-action fake, a little rollout to the right side, and the Packers were not fooled by it. Stafford took an absolute shot to the gut there. The ball came loose, but they said he was going forward on the throw, and it was recovered by Detroit anyway. But he wore it in the ribs pretty – oh, no, he didn't. Yeah, he did. Okay. The first guy grabbed his shoulder. Second guy got him in the ribs.
I'm interested to see the replay to see if he had somebody open, because that seemed like a play that – I mean, he had really, it was a play action. He had protection for a second there or whatever, and he was ready
he held
to
– like a second too long. It felt like.
Yeah, like a real split second. That shot doesn't look too bad. He held him up too. No, he's good.
Right. It looked way worse. Like plus with the way the ball came out,
right.
It made me think he got stuck. He didn't.
Right.
It was a really weird throw because like when he got hit, it wasn't even affected by him. I think he was trying to tuck.
Right.
And he just let it go. That was a weird play. Anyways, that's the first not great play. Well, so it says 2nd and 16. So
yeah, there had to have been a penalty or something on it, huh?
Well, I think they called a fumble on it then.
Oh, wow.
Because now they're going to challenge it. Yeah, they called a fumble on that play. What a weird play.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I'm glad this has been a crystal clear play-by-play for our two watchers right now.
Hey, it's difficult. It's difficult for us because we get no volume or whatever. You know, these guys.
Plus, we don't have spotters on the field saying this, whatever. I'm looking at a 4-inch screen on a 15-inch laptop. So
yeah.
But here's the play. All right, so he was rushed. He got hit in the left shoulder as he was throwing. Obviously, he's a right-handed quarterback, so that kind of affected his trajectory. And then a second guy came and popped him in the midsection. The ball was already out. To me, it looked like a clear forward pass. Like, without question, it was a forward pass. So they're going to review. They initially called fumble. It was recovered by a Lions lineman, so it would have been a 6-yard loss. They're going to review it now as the Lions challenge the play.
Yeah, I'm with you. Forward pass all the way on that. As they go into commercial break, I think that should be a no-brainer. But, you know, these NFL refs, they make it a little bit difficult sometimes.
They do. All refs do, man.
So if you're just joining us, and we have 3 live viewers at the moment. We cover the Detroit Lions, Detroit Tigers, Detroit Pistons, and Michigan Wolverines. Detroit in this game is up 7-3. Very impressive first drive of the half. Drove right down the field. Kerryon Johnson with a couple nice carries, ended up finishing it down with a touchdown, and did the Lambeau leap thereafter. And the Packers got held to 3 or 4. Was it 3 or 4? 3 third down opportunities. They converted the first one. Second one went down to 4th down. They converted that, and then on 3rd down, they finally did get stopped. Kicked a field goal, and that's why we're at 7-3 at this moment. Lions now looking. Phil, how big would it be if the Lions were able to get down the field this time around and go up 14-3 to start the game?
I think it would set the tone. I mean, if they can do it 2 times in a row, that says, hey, we're here ready to play. You know, first drive wasn't a fluke. You know, this is going to be a game. If they go 3 and out here, and then the Packers respond with another score of their own, then it kind of goes back to the expected storyline of the Packers should dominate this game, whatever. So I think, I mean, for the second drive of a game, you never want to say, oh, this is a make or break or anything like that. I think it's really important, though. There's a lot on the line here. I will say, and you mentioned it right when the play happened, I think with 2 offensive linemen out, the Lions line has actually played pretty well. And even on this last play where Stafford got hit and they called fumble, they're challenging that right now, he had time to throw the ball. So I think that's key. If they can keep that up, that was one of the reasons I was so heavy against the Lions in this game. Like the defensive guys being out is huge, Golladay being out is huge. But when I saw that 2 of 5 starting linemen are not playing, that's what really sent me to put some money down on Green Bay.
Yeah, 2 out of 5 is not good, and I mean, especially the line. I mean, we're going to know the difference. But I'll tell you, I will say this: I say that, but at the same time, I know a good bit about this Detroit Lions offensive line. For one, Halapoulivaati Vaitai's out. He's the right tackle. His backup is Terrell Crosby. Crosby's pretty excellent. I mean, Detroit, it was a big thing before the season started. Detroit is one of the most deep offensive lines, which I can't even believe I'm saying that. It feels weird to say.
Right.
But they were talking about it during the offseason. It's just interesting. In a time where COVID is a thing or whatever, depth is huge at the offensive line position.
It sure is. On the so we're back in action here.
Mm-hmm.
They said it was incomplete. So on 2nd and 10, they go over the middle to DeAndre Swift, who makes the catch for 9 yards.
Hauled it in. If only he could have done that last week, right?
Imagine what could have been. So that makes it 3rd and 1. They hand off to AP on the next play, who barrels forward on his first touch of the game. He picked up about 4 yards there, so that's a first down for the Lions. Big 3rd down conversion there. With Swift making the big play on 2nd, making that reception.
Yeah, and on that 3rd down, he had a lane right from the get-go. I mean, it wasn't like, he just barely got the first down. He went right through. He has already passed the yellow line that the TV provides us, and we were there. Bruce, it's NFLBite.com. I don't really know. I mean, he said I'm not able to find it.
I just Google NFL Bite, and it's the first thing that pops up. That's all I know. I mean, that's all I do, so.
There's somebody that's out for Green Bay that I didn't mention. Nose tackle Kenny Clark.
He's a decent ball player. And maybe that's why the Lions are running so well, because he's out. Who knows?
Obvi. Nice play there. That went to who?
Marvin Jones on first down, picks up 8 yards, makes it 2nd and 2, right near midfield. On 2nd, they hand off to Peterson, and he is hit behind the line, so they're going to lose a yard on that play. Packers crashed to the right side. Didn't really have any blocking going on. So that's the first negative play of the day for the Lions as the game break over to Tampa, where Mike Evans has just caught a touchdown pass from Tom Brady. They're up 14-0. So remember earlier when I said I'm an idiot and I don't know anything.
You know what I like about you, though? You admit it when that happens. I think you overestimated Carolina's defense even in weather.
Right.
The weather doesn't look too bad there so far.
3rd and 2, Stafford drops back to throw, gives it about 2 seconds, decides, no, I'll just run it myself. He tucks it, goes up the middle, picks up about 6 there. So that's another first down for the Lions as they continue their impressive run on offense here in the first quarter. We mentioned last week how Stafford not really known for the wheels, but he is mobile when needed, and that was the case here as he picks up the easy first down. And that was a veteran move. He didn't wait to do it. He didn't, try to make some big, long play. They're at midfield. Just get the first. He did that, slid down, and now it's a new
yeah. Well, that was another thing is he also is a veteran move to slide down as quickly as he did. Sometimes people wait too long and get that cheap shot or that hard hit or whatever, and Stafford knows better.
Yeah. First down, they run play action and try to set up the screen for Swift. Took a little too long to get together, and he just threw that one to the ground. Didn't really have anything going there. So didn't want to risk a bad throw. Makes it 2nd and 10 for the Lions.
Yeah. You like to see that out of Stafford, though. Like he's, one of the big things for an NFL quarterback is to realize that some plays just aren't there or whatever, and you got to just get rid of it. Do whatever you got to do. We didn't see that last week when he took that sack, but
right.
But for the most part, he does a good job of doing things like that.
2nd and 10 out of the shotgun. He's alone in the backfield. They split 5 wide, and he finds DeAndre Swift again. He ran a little skinny post on the inside across the middle. Plenty of room there. It's about a 13-yard gain, so he picks up another Lions first down. Swift, 2 catches, 23 yards on the day now.
Nice. 2 catches is the big part. Catches. Phil, that one reverse guy says, go, Pack, go. Hey, listen, we are Lions fans, obviously, but we're happy to have you on the stream with us here today. And you guys have one heck of a team, that's to say the least. So should be an interesting bout throughout today's game, for sure.
1st and 10 from the 35. They hand it off to Peterson, who counters to the left side. He picks up 1 whole yard on that play to make it 2nd.
God, he's not going to be 3rd in the league in average yards per carry anymore. If he
he's got to pick his game up. Come on.
Yeah, I've been impressed with the holes that the offensive line's created so far, especially like we said, 2 guys out for the offense in the starting offensive line. I told you there's a lot of depth there, but still, there's been some pretty impressive holes. Some of these, Kerryon Johnson's has some things to run through, and so is AP. And
what a play call!
Good to say. Yeah, wait till I guess I got to see it, but go ahead and call it.
All right, yeah. So AP lined up on the left side. They dragged the line to the left, but countered Peterson back to the right against basically the motion. Oh, I'm an idiot. No, they moved right. Okay, I suck at this, but let me try to explain what just happened. Peterson's on the left side of Stafford. The whole line shifted to the right. The whole Packers defense shifted left while the entire offense was shifting right. It made no sense at all. And Peterson rips off about 25 yards on that play, takes it all the way down to the 9-yard line. What were the Packers doing there?
Well,
I don't
for me,
understand.
It was clear as day. That was sometimes in the NFL or in football in general, you go all out on a specific when you assume the ball is going to be taken to the left side or whatever. They assumed in that situation and they assumed wrong, and we took advantage of it, to say the least.
Yeah, that was really bad. So 1st and goal from the 9, they try to hit Hall on a little out route. The ball is missed. So 2nd and goal upcoming.
Hawkinson, go to Hawkinson.
He's there for a reason.
Every single trip to the red zone, give it to the big man. You know, he's calling it, when he spikes the ball, he's calling it the Hawk spike, which is like the Gronk spike.
2nd and goal, they run it up the middle with Swift. He picks up about 4. Nice positive play. He takes it to about the 4. So it's going to be 3rd and goal. And there's 32 seconds left on the game clock here. So wondering if they'll just let that run all the way down. 3rd and goal, I can't imagine they're going to rush to the line here. Probably want to take the quarter break, talk it over, and try to convert this big 3rd and goal.
All right, so here's the question. 3rd and goal, middle of the field. What's your go-to here? No Kenny Golladay, obviously.
Well, first of all, I'm an idiot because they're lining up with 10 seconds left. So they're going to run a play. So take back everything I said. They go shotgun 5 wide. They fire it into Marvin Jones, who makes the catch. His upper body was – they're going to call it a touchdown. So, woo, touchdown. Boom. His upper body seemed to land in play.
And I was going to say before the play happened –
were in the end zone.
I was going to say before the play happened, I was like, Matt Stafford – I like a Matt Stafford pass to the right to Marvin Jones personally is what I would go with, you know.
And that's what they did. It's like if they call that a catch, the ball was past the line. So it hit him in the chest and kind of did that drop down thing where he had to like corral it. They're obviously going to review it because it's a scoring play.
Well, they're going to review it because it's a Lion. So we're about to find out. We are about to find out. We are live in action, about to find out a brand new, guys, NFL rule.
That sounds good.
That we never knew about. It's if your right knee's in front of your left knee when you catch the ball, you lose half a yard automatically, and you're half a yard short.
Prater kicks the extra point through, but there's a flag on the play. So let's see about this flag real quick.
Mother is calling. Goodness. Yeah, it's like you got to send a mass text to tell people you're screaming.
Do not disturb. Still don't know what the flag is, but I think the extra point's going to be good regardless. I'll let the refs take their masks off to talk. That makes a lot of sense.
It's all for looks. Like, hey,
it was an offside, so they're just going to do it on the kickoff. So extra point's good. The Lions, a.k.a. the best team in the division, take a commanding 14-3 lead over the Green Bay Packers.
14-3, but there is no such thing as a commanding lead against Aaron Rodgers and company. This one won't. Hey, at the very least, first of all, the Lions' offense looks outstanding. Defense didn't even look bad, to be honest with you. I mean, the Green Bay had to convert some third downs and some long third downs in order to get to where they did to get their 3 points. So great start for the Lions. And the best news is, when and if we do blow this game, it won't hurt as much because it's not against Mitchell Trubisky and the Chicago Bears offense. So
you were really hating on Mitchie kissing titties last week.
Yeah, I try to be a realist, and I've pretty much said, in my mind, almost every Detroit Lions quarterback in my entire life has sucked. The only one that I had high hopes for that did suck or whatever that kind of shocked me was Joey Harrington. I kind of thought he was going to be. I thought he'd do okay.
Joey Heisman, dude, that guy was a stud.
Matt Stafford has been the only good quarterback for the Detroit Lions. And if you notice, Phil, because I'm going to tell you on YouTube, if you don't kiss the butt of the opposing team, you get a lot of dislikes on videos. So our dislike thing for that reaction video was 80-4, and we mostly had Chicago Bears fans. So I gained a lot of respect for the Chicago Bear fan base last week.
They were so nice in the comments. They were very friendly.
They were so nice, and the majority of them were as realistic as you can be. That most of them said Mitchell Trubisky is not good, but let's give kudos to him that he had a good fourth quarter. And I did do that. I mean, kudos to him for the good fourth quarter. It was against a depleted secondary, but to say the least, when a guy has his top moments, they got his moments or whatever. But I'm telling you, usually on a video like that, you get torn apart because the other team's like, you hate on our quarterback. No. Dislike.
Right.
And it's like, well. So that was good.
Well, I think a big part of that is Bears fans don't even really like Trubisky.
Phil,
they know they screwed up. And
sorry, Bruce says, I found it. Thanks. You're welcome, Bruce. Hey, Bruce, how about a subscribe to the channel just for getting you a free NFL stream, helping you find that? Because to be honest with you, before I even talked to Phil about this, I didn't even know I had always heard that you could find a game or stream a game live or whatever. But I was like, every time I've ever tried to do it, it's like 18 plays behind and and 74 ads and everything else. So you're welcome. But, you could thank us fully by subscribing to the channel, right? Even if you leave some other time or whatever.
That's all it takes.
I'm just playing, but for real, thank you for joining us today, and glad you found the game, buddy.
Kickoff out of bounds, so it'll be a touchback for the Packers. There's 4 seconds left in the first quarter, so the NFL is about to do my favorite thing in the world, where there's a score, commercial break, kickoff.
That's the worst.
Commercial break.
It is awful. It's so awful. It's like, come on, man.
I
remember when we were at Winthrop together, I remember that used to happen all the time on the where somebody would take a timeout right before the actual 10 or 12 minute timeout break or whatever.
Right.
And I'm like, oh man, come on.
So here's the Packers' first play from their own 25. They hand off to Aaron Jones alone in the backfield. He rips off about 5 yards. On the run to the right side, he's taken down by Jamie Collins, who has not headbutted anyone today. So that's an improvement from last week, and that's going to wrap up the quarter. The Lions lead 14-3 at the end of 1.
Yeah, so if you're just joining us, like Phil just touched upon, Jamie Collins, 0 headbutts for today. That's a win in itself. DeAndre Swift, 0 drop passes. So the Lions already understanding what they do wrong and really improving upon it. Hey Phil, I got a question, kind of non-stream related. We'll go over it quickly. Did you say your camera phone's pretty decent or no? Like the camera on your phone?
It's all right. It's not amazing.
I need to see if you'll do and you don't have to be like me, like crazy energetic or anything like that, but just semi-energetic or whatever, to where it's not just a talking head video like monotone like this. But a video where you just kind of go over the Detroit Pistons draft options. Do you think you can do that or no?
Sure.
Because I know nothing about, I don't really watch NBA that much. So that seems, I'll do it if I need to. Don't worry. But
do a little Piston. But you want me to use my phone, not this computer?
Whatever camera is better. Camera and whatever camera and audio.
How's my camera look on this? Decent or no?
Pretty good, except your left side is dark and your right side's light.
Yeah, that's just because I'm in my room,
right,
It's closer to the router, so the Wi-Fi is better.
Right,
where I have better light and a more comfortable position, the Wi-Fi sucks, so I would come in choppy. So it's the sacrifice I have to make. I've got my light on, I've got my blinds open, but it's super cloudy outside.
Dude, your webcam's pretty good, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's actually pretty good quality for.
Thank you for saying that.
The only reason why mine looks really mine's webcam as well, because I don't have any more slots on my MacBook to be able to connect my camera to it.
Right.
So yeah, mine's just a webcam, but I have these fancy lighting, this fancy spinning lighting. But anyways, nobody really cares about that. I was just bringing that up really quickly so that I could ask you.
Yeah,
what I like to do is I like to put you on the spot so you have to say yes or whatever because you're in front of thousands of people.
Many people.
And if you say no, you'll look like a douchebag.
Yeah. No, I will not be progressing the channel if I refuse. So
if you are wondering, if I know you get curious about this stuff, we have currently 33 total views on this video.
Let's go.
And 2 live Watchers right now.
Davante Adams. So we're back in action here. Davante Adams, they showed him. He's on the sidelines with his helmet off. So that could suck for the Packers. 2nd and 6. Play action fake. Rodgers takes a deep shot down the field. Tries to hit Lazard. He makes a diving effort, but he is overthrown. So, we talked about Rodgers making really nice passes, especially on that 4th down, but that's about the 4th overthrow he's had now as well. There is a flag on the play. It is holding on the defense.
Of course it is.
Lions play right there. That'll be an automatic 1st down, 5-yard penalty.
Do you recall anything on the first drive that Davante Adams may have been hurt off of? I mean, he didn't have a catch on the first drive, did he?
He didn't have a catch, and I don't remember seeing him on video at all. So, really weird. I took him in a lot of my daily fantasy games today, too, so gonna need him to
You got too much faith in the Packers today, man.
I went heavy Packers, I'm not gonna lie. Aaron Jones tossed to the left side. He's gonna rip off about 5 yards on 1st and 10. They're showing Davante Adams now. He got rolled up on from behind. Ooh.
Oh, on a blocking play, huh?
Yeah, his left leg. He didn't hit the ground, but Jamie Collins and Aaron Jones both rolled into his left foot. It didn't actually look that bad.
That looks like an ankle tweak, like maybe a sprained ankle or something.
More like an Achilles type deal. Like it didn't twist or anything that I saw.
He looks like he's ready to get back in action soon, though.
Yeah. So here we are, 2nd and 5 now. Packers from their own 39. Rodgers out of the shotgun. He's going to hit Aaron Jones on the crossing pattern to the right. He breaks a tackle, spins, and goes out of bounds. He's well into Detroit territory on that play. Big gainer. There is a flag on the play, however. So we'll see what they do there. Aaron Jones, some of the best hands out of the backfield in the whole league.
Better than DeAndre?
It's hard to do. Guess what? We got another holding call this time on. No, it's the Lions again. It's holding on the Lions for the 2nd time. They're going to decline that play or penalty and take the big gainer from Aaron Jones as Adams trots back out on the field.
I watched the first holding penalty they called on us, and it was clearly holding, so that's fine. I haven't seen this one yet. Would love to see it because starting to see.
Well, they're not even going to show it because they declined it. They got a big gainer, so they don't even care anymore.
I mean, we're starting to see Green Bay's. They're down 14-3, so the refs are like, what do we do? We gotta give some help somehow. They love Green Bay.
Am I here? Stop cutting out there for a second.
You are here. Can you hear me?
I can. So Davante Adams back on the field.
Comes in and makes a
play. First play, they fire right to him on the out route. He picks up another 1st down. Little 10-yard gainer there. Am I behind you now? Because my video stream skipped a little bit.
Right now they're showing the replay of Davante, and he just went out of bounds. And now
Then they showed the replay juke.
Yeah, just now. Yep.
I think we're about even now on the stream.
He just got pushed.
All right, cool.
That's
actually better. So hopefully no more.
We did it. We didn't do anything, but we did it.
All right, so here we go. 1st and 10 again, this time from the Lions' 28-yard line. They got 5 wide. Aaron Rodgers alone in the shotgun in the backfield. 3-step drop. Short one over the middle, to the right side, I should say. To number 32. I don't know who that is. I'm not going to lie. I didn't do a depth chart this week. Irvin, whoever that is.
Irvin, you don't know Irvin? And his first name is it's skipping me right now, but it's Irvin.
Yeah.
It's not Michael.
Here's my prep for this show. None. I also don't have any depth chart in front of me. So I'm just going straight off previous knowledge. I hope that doesn't affect the broadcast.
You're good. You do what you want to, Phil. This is Phil's world, man.
I am the talent. That's true. All right.
So you are the talent.
Shotgun again. This time he's got 1 guy in the backfield, 4 wide for Green Bay. Adams alone on the right side. And they do not throw to him. They instead go across the middle to Lazard. That's like his 3rd catch, I want to say. They're targeting him a lot. I guess he's filling in as the 2nd wide receiver now for Green Bay. So he's having a big day. They had a bunch formation on the left, and he hit the little crossing route. Nice play there from Green Bay.
Earlier, Phil, SEC football tube. He's still here. He said, "Sup, Ray, 7-3, not bad so far. It's now 14-3, so definitely not bad so far.
Even better. Sadie only said hi to you though. I can't get a hi.
Shout out. Next time, make sure you include Phil there, SEC. SEC's the man. Fellow YouTuber there.
First and 10, the handoff to Jones. He cranks up the middle on the right hash. He gains about 5 yards. So the Packers are definitely clicking here. After a couple incompletions on their first drive, they were looking sharp here on drive number 2. They were, of course, aided by a Detroit penalty that gave them a first down. But aside from that, it's been a whole lot of Aaron Rodgers. No real deep shots other than he was called. Everything else has been 5-10-yard dump-offs and stuff like that.
I was going to bring that up. Is that shocking to you? I mean, Aaron, the opportunity to throw against backups in the secondary.
All right.
I'm shocked they haven't taken any real risks like that.
So they're going to go shotgun again. Trips left. Davante Adams alone on the top side of the screen. They hand it off to Aaron Jones. However, he's going to counter to the right side, pick up about 2. So it's going to be 3rd and short. They can pick up a first down here. They need to get to about the 4.5-yard line on 3rd down. So it's about 3rd and 2 coming up for Green Bay. They've been heavy run on their past couple plays. Maybe a little play action is in order here. I personally would love to see Devontae. If they're going to score, give it to Devontae. But other than that, let's go Lions, get a stop.
It says your $100 bet.
Got a dog barking. It's a shotgun formation. Rodgers out of the backfield to Aaron Jones, wide open. Literally no one within 10 yards of him. That's a touchdown. Side note, I had Aaron Jones in my flex on my daily, so that'll work. We're fine with that. Oh, but it sucks they scored. No.
Oh, unbelievable. This guy. Somehow, I think Phil's lost his service. It's just going to be me calling the game from here on out. As a true Lions fan, I said they were going to cover.
Well, didn't you say you don't want us to be biased? I mean, we can cover a team without being biased.
No, you do it. You do as you please, man. I think that's one of the best things I told you about YouTube. It's just people being real or whatever. I like I said, I fully expected. I told you though. I did say beforehand. I don't know if I'm strong, would be willing enough to bet it, but I thought we were going to cover the 6.5-point spread. And I honestly think we have a better chance of winning this football game than this was before the game too. I know that Vegas knows what they're doing. Right. So when they give me a spread that's like, oh man, I thought Green Bay was going to be favored by about 9 coming into this game.
Yeah, that wouldn't be surprising. I mean, they scored many points. So
yeah. So when I saw 6.5, I mean, as well as I do.
Like that drive right there, though,
was easy.
That drive right there is pretty scary because it looked like they could just do whatever they wanted.
Right.
And Detroit didn't get any sort of stops at all.
Well, you know why it's that way is because it is that way. I mean,
it's a fair point.
I mean, but in fairness, we're able to do what we want right now. I mean, really, honestly, our drives have not been so far. Our 2 touchdown drives have not been, and let's be real here. I'm pretty sure Detroit's probably going to maybe pick up 1 first down on this drive and punt the ball if we're lucky. I just
say that.
I just don't.
Do you not have any faith in your team?
It's just unless you're Mitchell Trubisky and the Chicago Bears offense, it's really difficult to score 21 points on 3 straight possessions. So, so I expect that, but for the most part, I mean, Green Bay hasn't even really made it hard on our offense yet. I mean, we've literally, we haven't really been in a situation. We have had to pick up a couple 3rd downs, but most of them have been short 3rd down conversions, and it's been pretty easy.
Right, and everyone was hyping the Packers. They scored 43 last week. Well, they also gave up 34.
Yeah.
So obviously, defense is not their strong point. Plus, they're without their tackle, right? They're starting nose tackle. So, yeah.
What are your thoughts on we've talked about COVID a little bit and how it affects home field advantage and stuff like that. Let's look at last week's game. We didn't watch because we were streaming at the same time or whatever, but we saw bits and pieces of it, I'm sure, of Detroit or Green Bay at Minnesota. Right. 9-point game, which it really wasn't even that close throughout. But Minnesota is one of the better home field advantages in the NFL. How much of an effect do you think COVID is going to have throughout the year?
Well, I think it's huge, man. This game alone, the fact that the Lions are in Lambeau Field without 60,000 people screaming at them, I bet that makes their life so much easier.
Absolutely,
especially for play calling and the offense mostly. And it's showing. Their offense looks crisp. It looks really strong right now. And I mean, it's got to be intimidating to go into Green Bay. Side note, Aaron Jones with some nasty sunglasses on the sidelines.
Those are dope. Those are dope.
Awesome. But yeah, no fans in Green Bay. That it takes away the home field advantage. Like, yeah, they still had to travel or whatever, but yeah, it's not the same, man. It's huge that you can play these games.
Yeah, you put it well too. Is there is still an advantage because you don't have to go through all the task of going on a flight and being in a place that you're not used to being as often or whatever and stuff like that. But outside of that, it's crowd noise. Whether people want to say it affects them or not, it does affect you. When you're on the road or what have you, but it's like, dang, everybody's rooting against me, man. Like, it just don't feel good.
So the kickoff was a touchback. The Lions start off in the I formation. They're going to hand it off to Kerryon Johnson, who rips it up the left side, gains about 7 on that play. So the Lions running game still looking strong thus far. Kerryon Johnson especially coming out strong here. You love to see that because he didn't do anything last week at all.
What was the team for intramural basketball that Purple Parrots A team beat in the championship or whatever? With Julian?
I don't remember.
Long story short, where I'm getting at is like, shoot, we would play in those games and they'd have so many more fans than we would or whatever. It's like
2nd and 2 here. They hand it off again, and this time Johnson is stuck behind the line. It's going to be no gain. Good job by the Packers there, crashing to the right. So 3rd and short here, 3rd and 2 from your deep in your own territory. What do you do here? Like, the runs have been good except that last one.
Right.
Do you still trust Stafford to make these throws? He's 7 for 10 on the day, which is obviously very efficient.
I think, Phil, this is one of those things. It's man on man in the NFL. I like a run here again. Personally.
Put Jones in motion. They will hand it off up the middle, and Johnson picks it up. He gets 2 on that play. Simple play call, man-on-man block. Like you said, find a helmet, stick it to them, and just push forward, and they did that.
For me, it's common sense. It's like, you need to prove to us that you can stop us 2 games in a row. 2 plays in a row. You're not a good enough defense to be able to stop us like that, in my opinion. So that's how I'd put it. I'd say you're the Green Bay Packers. You're not the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're going to run the ball 2 times in a row against you and see if you can stop us for 1 yard.
So it'll be a first down for the Lions. They're playing from their own 37-yard line, 1st and 10, 2 running backs in the backfield. They run a play action to Johnson. Stafford's looking deep down the field. He fires to the left side, and nice defense there from number 23, whoever that might be, as Marvin Jones made a diving effort. That was Alexander for the Packers with a nice deflection there. Really good coverage. The ball would have been perfect.
Oh, that was a great – he should have caught that.
It was catchable, actually. I thought he knocked it down. That ball was very catchable.
It was there.
So good throw there from Stafford. Kind of surprising that Jones didn't make a better effort on that. He did dive, but he just missed it completely to make it 2nd and 10 here.
There's a lot to say about Stafford where he doesn't necessarily always come through in the clutch, and that could be for various reasons or whatever. But, man, when that guy's money, he is money, man.
So out of the shotgun again, they fire it downfield.
I'll say that, and he overthrows his receiver.
He tried to find Amendola on the go route there on the right side, and he missed him by about 3 yards or so, too deep. And he's
I stand by it, though.
Because he had him open.
I stand by it, though. He's one of the more accurate passers in the NFL. I mean, he can – a lot of the times when he hits somebody, it's right in the hands, chest level, everything's perfect or whatever. We saw a lot of plays last week where the Bears had to make really good plays on the football, and that's my criticism on Mitchell Trubisky. Throws behind and stuff like that.
All right. So we got 3rd and 10 here from the 37-yard line. Single back, 3 receivers to the left side. Tight end to the right is Hawkinson. They're going to fire across the middle. Nice catch there from Amendola, Mr. Consistent. Makes the grab this time. Nice little square out route there. Stafford delivers. That's one thing you like to see. He missed on 2 straight throws. Jones missed the first throw. He overthrew the second one. They stayed with the pass on 3rd and long and delivered. That pass was a little bit behind Amendola, but the veteran's able to make the spinning catch to his backside and pick up the big first down.
Amendola is a great pickup, man. That was a great pickup when we got him.
Everyone thought he was washed or, just one of those Patriots white wide receivers who was only good for them. But he's been a nice piece the past 2 years.
Absolutely.
So fresh 1st and 10. It's a play action fake. Stafford rolls out to the right side, throws it to Marvin Jones at about when he's 2 feet in front of him.
Better that he didn't catch that, honestly. That was probably going for a loss anyways.
Probably. They're going to game break it here as the Rams just scored again. Is that Higbee? It was.
It is, yeah.
Fantasy team. Let's go, Tyler Higbee. He's a really good tight end. I like him a lot.
14-3 on the road against that ruckus. I mean, we talk about it. It's those ruckus crowds there in Philadelphia. That's impressive.
So here we go. 2nd and 10 from midfield. They're going to run a quick screen off to the right. And that was for Swift, I believe. He's hit immediately by Alexander again. So Alexander making a couple big plays on this drive for Green Bay. As they stop that one in the tracks, there was a flag on the play. Let's see what we got here. One of the defensive linemen for the Packers is down. Might have been a chop block. It was a screen pass out to the right. And this guy's hurt pretty bad, it looks like, which is very sad. So,
dang, that's a big old guy.
He is huge. He's a huge human being.
6'3", 315.
Sure.
That's solid.
I didn't see him announce the penalty. I don't know if they picked it up or what happened.
Yeah, it may have been a – oh, there it is again. Flag again.
We're thinking about it. Maybe they're not announcing it while he's on the ground. Here we go. Unnecessary roughness on the offense. I think they called a chop block on him. That's why he went down. But it's going to be a 15-yard penalty, which is not ideal.
No.
That'll make it 3rd and 25.
And that will end the drive for the for the Detroit Lions. I think
Okay. Here's what it was late. It wasn't during the play.
Yeah.
He just dove into this guy's legs after the play was already over for no reason. That was stupid.
Well, even if the play wasn't over, you can't do that. Who is
why
that?
did he do that?
I think that's the rookie. I want to say that's the rookie starter Stenberg, but I can't tell.
Is that
that's
Sue? Is that Sue playing offense and taking cheap shots?
Oh, it's a Ibushi. Okay, so yeah, that was not good. That's another thing when you're out players or whatever. It's not even just the offensive line chemistry or whatever. It's things like that.
3rd and 25. They're going on the screen pass to is that Hawkinson?
Yeah, that will not do it. I don't think that's. But you know,
they picked up about 7. So that penalty proves to be incredibly stupid and costly. As we're going to see the first punt of the day from either team.
You know what I don't like about that, though? I know everybody is like, well, you're not going to convert a 3rd and 25, and the odds are against you. But I like putting the pressure on the defense there. Put the ball up in the air like, I don't know. So you gain what'd they gain on that play just now? Not 9 yards, 10 yards?
Yeah.
So you save yourself some field position for sure, but I don't know if saving yourself field position against the Packers is that big of a deal. That's one play for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean, you put this punt at the 10 or the 15, he's still going to drive it for 90 yards. So
right,
it's actually a really good punt, though. A little coffin corner action, bounces out of bounds at around like the 7.
For me, it depends on who your quarterback is and who your offense is. Like, I feel confident in the Lions enough to say, let's take a shot, man. Like, take a shot somewhere. I mean, I think Matt Stafford can convert a 25-yard pass against a Green Bay secondary.
Right, and that's the thing is Green Bay secondary hasn't played that well. Besides Alexander, who's made a couple plays on that last drive. Other than that,
let me tell you something too. I had when I played cornerback my whole life. I only had one penalty, one pass interference called on me my whole life. But every single time, if it was 3rd and long, I was nervous, man. I was like, it's hard to defend on that because you want to play like you normally do or whatever, but let's be honest, it's third and long. It's not a normal play or whatever. You feel like you have to stop them. All the eyes are on you because everybody knows they're throwing the ball or whatever. And you don't want to get that pass interference. I like putting the pressure. It's a lot like basketball, like late in the game or whatever. I like to see people drive and put the pressure on the defense to either play good defense or foul possibly, or have to play good defense without fouling. It's the same concept.
Correct.
So that's my little rant for the day. Coaching tip from Ray Lego.
It's a good rant. Good rant. I I just realized I have a lamp next to me, so I'm going to plug that in. So I'm going to be like off screen for a second.
Do your thing. When the game comes back on, do you think you can hold it for like 2 minutes, like hold down the fort for 2 minutes?
Yes. A lamp, did that help at all? Does that do anything?
It does. Yeah, it really does. It's like still dark. It's still darker on your left side, but it's way lighter than what it was. Look at Phil Chenery caring about the stream. The pictures that you gave me for the thumbnail options are so golden. Like, I was like, these are perfect.
All right, I got to do one more thing because I had to unplug my fan to plug in the lamps, and I got to replug the fan across the room.
Do what you got to do, Phil. If you are joining us, it's a 14-10 ball game. SEC Football Tube, my buddy on YouTube says, checking back in. Detroit looking good so far. Hopefully they keep it up. Absolutely, man. I mean, as we said earlier, Phil and I said earlier, if we blow this one, not as big of a deal as the blown lead against Chicago, just because you know that Green Bay's offense can strike at any time. So we're well aware of that, but definitely looking good and definitely a different Lions offense than what I'm used to watching in my lifetime, to say the least. So we're coming in 6 minutes left in the second quarter, 14-10 Lions. Packers starting the drive, and plenty of time for Rodgers to throw the ball, but he does not end up. He takes off, and he gets about 7 or 8 yards on the scramble. Well defended right there, but still, Rodgers the same as Stafford in the sense where he can run when he has to. Not exactly the most athletic or fast of players, but when he has to, he gets it done. Our buddy Phil is
fast.
Yeah, he's quicker. He's quicker than Stafford for sure, but same kind of concept. Phil's going to take over for a little bit. I will be right back, okay?
Hey, good luck out there. 2nd and 2 now from the Packers' own 17-yard line. They're going to hand it off to not Jones. Oh, that's Jamal Williams with the first down. Nice run there to the right side. Plenty of blocking, got into the second level against the Lions there. Picked up about 10 on that play, so that's a big first down. For Green Bay, like that the Packers run a fullback in their offense. Key block there. You'll love to see it. So again, the Packers have not really struggled at all on offense. They've scored on both their possessions thus far. They have a fresh set of downs here from their own 29-yard line. Rodgers out of the shotgun with Jamal Williams next to him. They're going to hand off to Williams again. And he goes right at the middle for about 4 yards as they continue to matriculate down the field. 4 minutes and 35 seconds left in the first half here. Aaron Rodgers on the day is 8 of 12, 83 yards, and a touchdown to Aaron Jones out of the backfield. Mason Crosby also has a field goal for Green Bay. As it looks like they're spelling Jones for a while here. Williams is going to stay out there. I don't know if they're alternating series or what, but Williams has looked good on his last 2 totes. This time Rodgers will go under center. And they're going to play action fake to Williams and fire it across the middle. Davante Adams makes the grab and cuts down the sideline. He's tackled at the 50-yard line. So that'll be another Packers first down. Adams sat out a couple plays earlier on in this game. Didn't know if he was hurt. He got rolled up on a previous play, but it didn't look too bad. That throw was actually pretty far behind him. Really good adjustment by Adams to stop, reach back, and make the grab. He's up to 2 catches, 28 yards on the day as the Packers keep driving. They're at midfield here with 3:30 now left in the first half.
Say, Ruh-roh, we cannot give up a touchdown on this drive.
That would not be ideal. Rodgers out of the shotgun, and they're going to throw the screen pass over to Irvin on the right side, who kind of breaks the tackle, sprays forward for an extra couple yards. There is a flag on this play, though. Holding. Oh, my God. A penalty on Green Bay, not the Lions. How about that?
What?
Yes.
Go on. I dare you to go on the record saying that.
That's some offensive holding. That's a 10-yard penalty where I come from.
That's huge, really, honestly, because they're driving down the field. good chance to score before the half, and penalties will hurt you.
So 3 minutes left in the first half. They held Trey Flowers. That's the first time today I've said the name Trey Flowers. It's taken a whole half of football. If that tells you anything about the Lions and the pressure they're getting on Rodgers, which is none.
None.
But big holding call makes it 1st and 20 from the Packers' own 40-yard line. Rodgers out of the shotgun yet again. He steps up in the pocket and dumps it off short to Valdez Scantling, I guess I should say, for a short gainer.
And you say you don't know your football players or whatever.
Well, so I couldn't remember his last name for a second. So that's why I just said Scantling. And then I just went for it. I hate the 2 last name thing. I hate it. And I feel like in football, it happens a lot more, though. There's a lot of basketball players now, too.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Just pick one. Like,
pick a last name.
It's tough. You like soccer, just have one name. Pele, Ronaldo, whatever.
I've been wanting to go by Ray Chinnery Lego for a while now. So
they hand it off on 2nd and 12. Looks like Jones up the left side. He rips off about 6 on that one to make it 3rd and manageable after that holding penalty. It's going to take us to the 2-minute warning, though, so it'll be a short break before we get back to that action. Packers are driving, the Lions clinging to a 14-10 lead.
Yeah, big play here to say the least. I mean, it like that term sometimes gets overused. Big play, because there's a lot throughout the game, but this is one of the first big plays of this game to say the least. I mean, it's 14-10, and as well as the Lions have played in the first half, I think it would be a little bit demoralizing to go into the locker down at the half.
Right. So 3 scenarios, right? 1, you give up a touchdown. That sucks. 2, you give up a field goal. You're still winning at halftime,
right,
but you gave up points. 3, you get a stop. Obviously, option 3 is ideal. If you give up that field goal and you're still up at halftime, like, are you still?
I think you're good
going in, or
I think you're happy. If you, I mean, as a Lions fan, and I'm sure as a Lions as a whole, if you told me we're going to be up 14-13 at the half against Green Bay at Green Bay, COVID or not, I would take that.
Right.
But if you tell me that we outplayed them pretty much, I mean, we didn't. I'm not going to go as far as say we've outplayed them like big time, but I do feel like Detroit has played better today than Green Bay has a little bit. And so I think we should go into the half with a lead. So I think this is a big play here as far as psyche goes. They do get the ball first in the second half as well, so that's another big thing to consider too. Because if they go up 17-14,
that's always the worst case scenario, and that's what I always brought up or always experienced. I feel like when I was like playing Madden or NCAA, like video games. Was like, if you could score before the half and then get the ball back at the half, that was always the coolest feeling in the world.
Oh, yeah.
And for the Packers, if they score a touchdown here and then get it to kick off the third quarter and score again, that's tough, man. That's tough to come back from.
Well, I mean, which obviously Chicago did it against us last week, but it's tougher to come back from when you're going against the Packers than it is the Lions.
Right.
I mean, the Lions scored on the last drive of the half, for in the second quarter last week, and then scored on the first drive of the third quarter, touchdowns both times, which is like I told you during that broadcast, that's hard to do. I mean, it's not easy to score touchdowns back to back like that, especially going into the half and coming out of the half. But it's huge right here, I think. And I mean, it's like you just said, 3 scenarios, which with a stop right here being the biggest motivator, especially if you consider a stop right here with plenty of time to possibly put some more points on the board.
So we're back at it here, 3rd and 7 from the Lions' 47-yard line. Rodgers out of the shotgun. He's got Williams to his left side. He drops back and fires it deep down the field. That's to a diving Scantling.
Are they going to call a flag?
No, I thought that was
flag.
No
yeah,
flag.
I thought it's clean. That's just a dangerous play for sure. I don't think it was a lot. They'll call a flag on that a lot of times just because like he didn't let off, but they didn't call it. And
Right. You're talking about the safety, right? Because the coverage from the defensive back was good. The safety
Right.
came
No,
over late.
no pass interference or anything. Just and not. I mean, they'll call targeting in this situation a lot of times when a guy's see how he. But
I shouldn't be laughing because like the guy's hurt.
No, I get what you're talking about.
Targeting because his head ran into the safety's butt,
right,
and it snapped. So he got hurt by the guy's ass.
Right.
So like,
I mean, that's why it wasn't called, dude. To be honest with you, if the helmets would have contacted just now, they would have called that regardless of if it was targeting or not.
right.
Because when you have a dive-in player, he's considered defenseless or whatever. And I mean, and to be honest with you, I know that a lot of us want to be manly men or whatever and say, oh, that's stupid. That's not football or whatever. But I've played cornerback and wide receiver. Those are my positions mainly or whatever in high school. And I understand it because it's like when you're a wide receiver, you're just trying to make a play on the ball or whatever, and you are very defenseless.
Right.
I mean, I give kudos to these NFL players because a lot of times I just be like, nope, he overthrew me. I ain't diving on this. You crazy. You want me to put my body on the line like that? So I don't know. And Philip and I were talking about the other day, my cousin, and he said that when he was safety, he liked to lay a lick on that situation. And I'm like, really? Because I mean, I don't like hitting somebody like that. I'm like, I don't think that shows your manlyhood. I think that just is. I mean, anybody can hit somebody when they're not ready for it or not. They're kind of defenseless or whatever. But we'll see. But yeah, good no call there because, like you said, he dove into his butt. So.
Another
good
bit
deal.
of an overthrow from Rodgers there too. That was like
it was an overthrow, Phil, but honestly, it wasn't. I mean, he had a little bit of a step on him, but overall, I'm happy with the coverage on that. I mean, I've seen people be burnt on that situation or whatever. So, but yeah, that definitely is something Rodgers has struggled with today for sure. Is just overthrowing open receivers. He's not as good as Matt Stafford. I mean,
right? No, I mean, can I make a quick statement here? Here we are on a Sunday watching NFL football being mainly men. And every commercial break is talking about the Masked Singer shit. Oh my God. I could not care any less about some singing. Didn't singing competitions die 10 years ago? Why are they still a thing? Why is that still TV? Who watches that stuff?
We have to find our Carrie Underwoods and Lauren Elena's of the world.
Who gives and it's so stupid. Just have a singing competition. Why do they have to wear stupid costumes? Or they have their other one that they've been advertising where you don't even sing. You lip sync and dance around on stage. And if you do that well,
they're going for it.
They choose you. Like what?
They're going for it, Phil.
Down 4th and 7 here from the Lions 47.
They're going to snap this ball.
Rodgers they put out a shotgun yet again. Sorry, what?
They're going to snap this ball, aren't they? No, they're not.
They're trying to draw them off sides.
Yeah, good. Okay, I'm about to say that. I mean, like when they went for it earlier, it was earlier in the game, but like to give Detroit that field position with 154 left, like that'd be a golden gift if they didn't get it. But yes, I completely agree with you, dude. Like. Especially, it's like they're like, oh well, this show's on Fox, so we're gonna go ahead and advertise it while we have the chance. I'm in complete agreement. It's like, who is watching the Green Bay Packers and Detroit Lions and saying, "Gotta catch the Masked Singer later"? To be honest with you, glad they reminded me.
I'm assuming they're pandering to like the wives and girlfriends who are stuck today watching football.
Oh man,
oh Billy, I watched football. Now you have to watch my show on Monday night or something.
I guess, but I could tell you're not married because there's no way my wife is just sitting on the couch with me watching this game. There's like,
I'm not married. Confirmed.
Yeah, they no, I mean there are wives that do that, but most of the time the wives just, I mean. And I consider it fair. I think it's fair. I'm like, hey, they just go somewhere else and do their own thing. I say it's fair. It's actually unfair to them, but it's part of the selfishness of being a husband and a sports fan. So it's hard.
Yeah.
My wife's pretty good about that stuff. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, she seems cool.
So if you're just joining us, that's Phil saying that he hates my wife. All right, 14-10 Lions. Now, 14-10 Lions, 1 minute and 45 seconds left. Lions with a great opportunity here to drive down the field. Even a field goal right here would be good. Go up 7 or possibly 11.
Yeah, they're pinned pretty deep in their own territory from their own 7-yard line after a nice punt from the Packers. DeAndre Swift picks up a few on first down.
Well, and this is going along with what I said earlier or whatever about taking a shot on 3rd and 25. Yeah, I know it's a very Madden. Well, I mean, they did run no huddle or whatever at least, but that was pretty conservative even though you're on your side of the field.
So how about 2nd and 6? The Packers only rushed 4.
And they get to him.
Stafford had all the time in the world and takes a sack. They stood him up right at the goal line. So they didn't call safety, but that's about as close as you can get to a safety without it being a safety.
Right.
He tried to step up in the pocket and then pulled down and then tiptoed the line so he didn't go in.
Yeah.
And he's literally on the 1-inch line here. This is bananas how close he is.
They're going to take forward momentum where they're going to take it at the 1 or so.
All right.
But
now it's 3rd and 16. So
yeah, so there went my theory out the window because now you're about to give the Packers the ball.
And I was going to say the Packers called the timeout to stop the clock here, which is absolutely the right thing to do. So it's a minute 15 on the clock. They just got to get out of the end. God, they're close to the goal line. This is insane.
Yeah, I don't want to run here, but it looks like they might be in a running formation.
They give it to AP. He picks up about 4. There is a flag on the play, so that'll be interesting. If that's on the Packers, that'll give the Lions plenty of breathing room.
Yeah, and I take
they
away
3 timeouts. So if this penalty is against Green Bay, the Lions can go back to trying to maybe take a shot.
Green Bay has 0 timeouts left.
Oh, my stream just went away. No.
I shall keep you informed.
It's back. They declined the penalty, I'm assuming, or they picked up the flag because they're punting. So
it is holding on the offense, so we will be punting.
All right, so 4th and 12, 1 minute, 8 seconds. God bless.
Glad you didn't say the other word you could have said there.
All right, we're good, I hope, for now. I just need to get through this next minute and 8 seconds.
Oh, mine's actually going out now. That's weird because I have Sunday ticket and I pay $400 for this. So,
all right. So, what? So I've never returned a punt in my life because, well, I'm not fast. But that punt went to the Packers' own 40. Okay.
Right.
There was not a single player within 10 yards of the returner, and he called fair catch.
Fair catch.
Like, I guess he didn't want to waste any time off the clock, but
that's terrible.
Aren't you back there to make a play? What is he doing with that fair catch? No timeouts. Like, don't you want to try to gain yardage?
I'm in 100%. I'm 100% agreement with you. I was a punt returner in high school. And I loved it. I saw it as a genuine opportunity to be in open field with other people, whatever, which is where you want to be. That was weak.
So anyway,
and it couldn't have been about saving time, man. There's plenty of time.
Yeah, there's a minute, no timeouts. The Packers in their own 38. Rodgers is going to take a shot downfield, and the catch is made by Scantling. Did they get his feet in? They're going to say he was in. They're going to call a catch on it. That was some grab, man. He elevated there, put 2 hands on it. There's a flag on this play, too. So we first quarter with hardly anything, and now there's flags seemingly on every other play.
We need this to be on Green Bay. We cannot give up a touchdown before this half.
He was out of bounds. He did not get his feet in at all. So it'll be incomplete. But there is, like I said, still a flag. Let's see what they have to say about that.
A targeting call maybe on that? Because Harris got up and argued or whatever. Yeah, he's arguing with it. It's got to be a
personal foul on the defense there for targeting, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely was
Harris.
out. That's a wild call, man. I mean,
what do you want? He caught the ball. Do you want him to not?
Yeah, we just talked about that earlier. He let in with his shoulder pad.
It was shoulder, but he hit him in the head. I guess because they saw the head snap.
I mean,
but he didn't lead with his helmet. So that's
wild.
What else can we do? That's a weird. That's a tough one, man. And my stream's screwing up again, which is good.
I can't wait to go over the scores in a little bit or whatever. There's some interesting ones. Very interesting ones. Some that you would definitely imagine, but some are interesting.
If you're live, go for it because my thing's screwing up.
Okay, I got you. No problem. All right, so a little bit of a questionable call there or whatever, but he did get him in the head, as we said. So you got the Packers. Mike Pereira is going over the call. I'd like to see what he says, but I can't hear him. Got 54 seconds left in the second quarter. 1st and 10. Packers at the 47-yard line of Detroit. They go with a dump off in the middle to Davante Adams. Adams trying to get out of bounds, cannot. And they're going to call another flag on Detroit. Also on Harris, it looks like. Could be a face mask. So Harris single-handedly doing his best to cost the Lions this particular drive. That'll be another 15 yards. That'll put the Packers somewhere around the 35-yard line, probably even further than that. Lions up 14-10, 46 seconds left. Packers do not have a timeout. Harris did a great job keeping them in bounds there because the Packers don't have a timeout. That's a lot of time off the clock had he not committed the personal foul, but he grabbed him by the face mask, tackled him too high. Actually, he did not get the face mask, it looks like. It looks like he just kind of got a horse collar or high on the helmet. Either way, it was not a legal tackle. 46 seconds left. That puts Lions at 3 penalties for 35 yards, which is actually much better than I thought. I thought we had more penalties for more yardage on that.
Well, a lot have been declined because they're picking up yardage anyway on these plays.
That's true. 1st and 10 Packers at the 24-yard line. So just like that, penalties costing us. They do a draw play, very smart play call there. I mean, with no timeouts, and I mean that's the last thing the Lions would expect. And sure enough, it goes for 12 yards.
Oh wow!
Right up the middle with Williams, and Packers go into shotgun formation. Plenty of time on the clock. 30 seconds left at the 11-yard line, so should have plenty of shots here. Don't expect they'll run again, but they are letting some clock run out here. 22 seconds left before they snap it, and Rodgers throws it into the dirt short of the receiver. 19 seconds left, 2nd and 10. Phil talked about it earlier. Phil and I talked about it earlier. Lions, it would be absolutely demoralizing to go down 17-14 in this game, knowing that you're going against a really good Packers offense and that you've played a little bit better than the Packers have in general in this game. To give up a touchdown here would be not a good thing at all, but we'll see if the Lions can hold strong.
They don't.
On the positivity side, they don't yet because we can see the score on there on the screen. So,
well, so my stream just came back in right. There's another penalty on the play, by the way, declined. It is a touchdown again for the Packers. They went to Weisenberger or whatever. No, they didn't. Yeah. Different tight end, 3rd tight end for the Packers. I didn't see the actual play. I'll call it off the replay if you want me to. He lined up in the slot. So he's actually a receiver, not a tight end, but he's white. Threw me off. He's ran like a little button hook route there. No chance that the safety could guard. He actually fell on his ass. And so he's wide open. Aaron Rodgers makes that throw 10 times out of 10. So exactly what we didn't need to happen is the Packers score a touchdown right before the half. They're up 17-14 now. Terrible, terrible effort from the Lions there. Just personal fouls all over the place. Penalties.
Had 2 15-yard penalties.
No timeouts. The Packers had no timeouts.
Yeah. And we didn't take advantage of that.
From their own territory and just gifted them yardage. Gifted.
Yeah, that was a poor effort and a bad way to go into the half. That's everything that we did not want, to be honest.
I mean, the whole game. I promise you it's going to – because now the Packers get the ball back at halftime.
Oh, for sure it does. I mean, that and that's been the issue. And we prided ourselves here of not being the negative fans, but we're also the realist fans. So it's in a situation where to allow the Packers to go up 17-14 in this game when we were up 14-3, I wouldn't say we let the foot off the pedal here or whatever. Our offense continued to try to do what it's done. I mean, eventually you're not going to score a touchdown on every drive, but the defense did what we expected it to do these last couple drives, which is,
I don't expect them to give up penalties though. Like giving up yards and catches is one thing.
Yeah,
but literally handing them first downs,
30 yards. I mean, Harris
they don't have timeouts.
Harris provided.
Harris,
yeah, Harris on that drive alone gave up 30 yards by penalties alone. So Lions are going to go down. I mean, we're definitely going to kneel the ball or at least take a run here or some kind of screen pass.
In the shotgun right now with 4 wide.
Well, it'll be something conservative.
They do have 3 timeouts. Let's see what happens.
Surely we don't take a
throwing
shot.
the ball. This is awesome. They dump it off. So that's to Swift. He turns up. He gets a first down, so he's padding stats a little bit. 6 seconds left. They call timeout.
Solid. Gotta love the effort here. Ian Jackson says, "Go Bears!" So that must be one of our Bears guys from last week.
Off the screen. Goodbye, Ian. Thanks for saying that.
Thanks for joining us today. Bears are absolutely crushing it right now, if I recall correctly.
Well, they're playing the Giants, right? Saquon got hurt.
Oh, wow.
A buddy of mine texted me. Saquon, he said
carried off.
Really bad.
Yeah, he got carried off.
So
wow,
that sucks.
Okay, prayers out for Saquon, man. That's not somebody you want to see out, especially in his second year. Yeah, Chicago up 17-0 on the Giants. I'm gonna go ahead and go over this. I'm gonna go ahead and go over the scores. Don't even worry about this play, man. Ain't nothing happening.
No, they're playing. Stop it. Shotgun
right.
Formation. They throw it over the middle to Hawkinson. He's gonna rip off about 20. He slides down at the 45. They call timeout. 2 seconds left.
Whoa,
so,
no.
F you for trying to skip this. Prater's got the greatest leg in the history of football.
What yard line are we at?
They're in Packers territory at the Packers 44. This is a 61-yard attempt.
Oh, yeah. Prater can make this. No problem.
Let's go, baby. I love that play call, too, because the middle was wide open. They just dumped it to Hawkinson. He did his Hawkinson thing.
Doug, you got to like that. I like that Hawkinson slide and quick timeout by the tight. Like, that's a
veteran move from the second-year player.
I was about to say, that is a second-year player understanding that he's got one timeout and little time on the clock. That is smart.
They just showed the flags. That wind is gusting at about 50 miles an hour, so they're not going to kick.
Okay.
They're from the Packers 44. They're going to take a shot to the end zone here. So, Hail Mary, why not? Let's see what happens. Ooh, Packers jumped off sides.
But we're not the Packers, so...
Right. So, but the Packers did jump. So, that's going to be 5 more yards tacked on for the Lions.
All right, so how about...
Over, baby, you love to see it. You want to start calling out scores. You have no faith in this team. Unbelievable.
I do need to remind the people watching at this moment that Phil has $100 on the Green Bay Packers.
Now they're going to bring out Prater. That's a big 5 yards. He said,
"It is a big 5 yards."
This is huge, man.
Yeah, if they can make this kick or whatever, 17-17 is a whole different story than 17-14.
Prater banged home 3 of them last week, and then the one he missed was actually really important. But we won't talk about that.
I mean, it was slightly important. Well, what's important, really?
Official 57-yard attempt. The wind looks to be behind him a little bit. It's dead center middle of the field. Let's go Matty P. Let's see what he's got.
IntraMITTEN Sports needs for Matt to make this so that it can be a close game. Oh, he missed it. Okay.
Plenty of leg. He pushed it right. But that was exciting for a little bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was about to call out scores like you said. So I should have just done that because no, I'm just kidding. No. So he had the leg though.
Time. Before you do this, I'm gonna go make a cup of coffee. So do you want to do scores solo?
Yeah, I'll do that. Whoa, he missed it way to the right. Goodness.
Yeah,
All right, yeah, I'll call it. All right, so if you're joining us, it's 17-14 Green Bay at the half over Detroit. Tough for Detroit, to say the least, because we had the 14-3 lead. Really have played. I mean, I would say better. We played better up until the last 5 minutes of the half, and now the Packers have definitely taken advantage of some of the mistakes we made, particularly some penalties. Haven't been exactly, strict on that, but 17-14, that's tough. And Harris is over there talking to the referees as if he didn't commit those penalties. He did. They're bad penalties. They're typical Lions penalties, and they're penalties that you don't want to have in a game like this, especially a divisional opponent when you're talking about possibly going down to 0-2. But nonetheless, 17-14 is not what we wanted when we started out 14-3, but still a good position to be in on the road at Lambeau Field, a place where we've struggled, to say the least, over the last quarter century. Going over some of the other NFL action today. A lot of interesting things, some things that you would expect. 17-10 Buffalo over Miami. That would be expected. A good game, but Buffalo's lead, to say the least. San Francisco over the New York Jets, 21-3. That's pretty expected. Pittsburgh over a depleted Denver team who has a lot of injuries right now. That's not surprising. But here's where we start to get a little bit of things that kind of catch my eye a little bit, which is Indianapolis 15-3 at home over Minnesota. Indy, if you remember, had a big lead over the Jacksonville Jaguars last week and blew it. Will they do it again? This time they're at home instead of on the road. Tennessee over Jacksonville 24-10, that very team we just talked about. Can Jacksonville make another comeback? We'll see, but that's to be expected. But these two are very surprising as well. You have Atlanta over Dallas 26-10. That is that's shocking. Dallas came into the game 3.5-point favorites over Atlanta, and they're up 16 points on the road, the Falcons are. Lastly, you have where'd he go? We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 21-0 over Carolina at home. Tom Brady finally starting to get it clicking here in game 2. Rams over the Eagles 21-16 on the road, up 5. That's impressive there. That's be a great win for the Rams if they're able to travel all the way across the country and come out with a victory there. And then you have Chicago, which we have a lot of Chicago viewers. First of all, appreciate that. Anybody who's a Bears fan who's come to join us as a divisional opponent, said earlier on the broadcast, been very impressed with Bears fans and their attitude in the win. We got a lot of good positive feedback from Bears fans, which you like to see, especially considering that we're divisional opponents and we lost that game. So that is good. So that is your rundown on games that are going on in the NFL today. If you're watching this, you're watching to see about the Detroit Lions and Green Bay Packers. As I said, we were up 14-3, blew that lead a little bit and down 17-14 at the half. Still a good half, to say the least, for Detroit. I mean, not where you necessarily want to be when you're up 14-3 early on, but you'll take it going down 3 against the Packers on the road. Phil, how'd that go?
Good. Hey, I missed the NFL scores rundown. Can you repeat all of it?
All of it. I'll give you the most interesting, which is, for me, Indy over Minnesota 15-3.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Indy blew the lead last week against Jacksonville, if you remember. So,
dude, Minnesota, what?
Yeah.
So they gave up 43 to the Packers. I've got their defense in fantasy, right?
Yeah, don't do that.
I'm done. I'll cut them right now. Like, it's the Colts, and they just lost their best running back. Like,
I mean, they have Phillip Rivers or whatever, but he's in the end of his career basically or whatever. Does a loss of Everson Griffin like mean that much against the Vikings or what?
That's weird, man. That's really weird.
It's interesting. I mean, they're on pace of giving up 30 points. That's not great. And they've only scored 3. So that's pretty interesting. The most interesting game to me so far is Atlanta up 26-10 on the road at Dallas. Again, like we said,
Atlanta's up on Dallas, you said?
Yeah, 26-10. Dallas came into the game 3.5-point favorites. They're down 16 at the half. So
I'd like to make a statement, and here's that statement. Atlanta's offense is nice.
Yeah,
Calvin Ridley is so good. Like, super, super good and slept on. Like, everyone talks about Julio, and as they should, he's great.
Right.
I mean, but he's been in the league now 9 years. Calvin Ridley is really good. That's a great combo.
I mean, when you have Todd Gurley and he's like not even that talked about because the receivers are so dang good. That's pretty impressive. So far today, Gurley, he's not doing too well. He's got 10 carries for 37 yards, so 3.7 average. Ridley, as you mentioned, 4 receptions, 61 yards, 2 touchdowns.
2 tutters?
Yeah, and the guy I was going to mention, Julio only has 1 grab for 5 yards. The guy I was going to mention,
he's done.
The guy I was going to mention is Hayden Hurst. That's a good tight end, man. It's one of those big figure tight ends that I really think the NFL is definitely moving. It already has for a while now, but it's taken some teams a lot of time. We talked about this last week. TJ Hawkinson, the pick, when it first happened, we were like, really? That's what we're going to pick our 10th pick of the draft on?
Right.
But when you really look at recent history with some of these big tight ends or whatever, they take so much pressure off of the run game, off of your star receiver, off of your quarterback. They do so much, especially when you find a guy that can block and catch the ball very well. which TJ Hawkinson does both of those things well. Hayden Hurst is the same kind of guy. He's a big target. He's got 2 grabs for 44 for a touchdown today. And I mean, just that's going to be the way to be in the future for sure. I mean, I think one of the main starters of that, I wouldn't necessarily say Tony Gonzalez was a main starter of that. He was like one of the first guys in my generation that kind of showed how much a tight end can take some pressure off the other guys. But I would say like Gronkowski and guys like that have really, Antonio Gates, guys like that have really kind of set the bar for the tight end. All of a sudden, the tight end is a position of need, a position that really helps out the offense. And we saw that firsthand for sure out of New England with Gronkowski over the years. So,
well, it's funny because the Lions arguably were one of the first teams to recognize that. It's just that they screwed up.
They picked the wrong guy.
And they just took the wrong guy. They had the right idea. They just had the wrong execution of it.
Yeah, we have a lot of that going on in Detroit. I think we picked 4 first-round draft pick receivers, and we were like, we need a number 1 solid wide receiver or whatever.
Can we name them? Let's go. Well, let me do it first because I'm not as big of a fan as you.
Okay, do that.
All right, I'll even give you years, maybe. All right, here we go.
Years would be impressive. Like I was actually thinking in my head, can I even do it in order?
All right, I got this. 03, Charles Rodgers, Michigan State. In 04, we took Roy Williams out of Texas.
Right, which we did have some success there.
He had a Pro Bowl season. He was nice.
We had some success there, but not first round worthy.
Right.
Overall.
I don't know if it was 5 or 6. Didn't we take Mike Williams out of USC?
I think that was our third time around. Hold on one second, Phil, because we just got Lenny. He's commented on a lot of our videos so far, so we appreciate that, Lenny. He says, well, we are beating the crap out of the Giants. So let's check to see where the Lions were at. We appreciate you checking in on us. We are doing okay. I mean, we were up 14-3, Lenny, to start the game. So a good start for the Lions. And I would say
the Bears inspired us to play better this week. So thank you, Bears.
We've let up a little bit or whatever, but I wouldn't say it was us playing bad towards the end of the half. I would say Green Bay kind of started getting their stuff together or whatever and did what they're expected to do. But anyways, go ahead. So you got Mike Williams as a third pick, as a third one, right?
Right, and then of course the GOAT, the
one successful one.
My heaven, Calvin Johnson in 2007 out of Georgia Tech.
So he
kind of wrapped up the receiver thing?
Obviously not Roy, because we just said it. He has some good years. Obviously not Calvin. So out of Mike Williams and Charles Rodgers, which one were you more disappointed with overall?
Charles Rodgers.
Yeah,
Charles Rodgers for sure.
Yeah,
he was the number 2 pick.
Yeah,
he was the number 2 pick.
Yeah, and it came at a bad time too. It came at a time where Joey Harrington was also supposed to be good.
Well, that was the thing, is Harrington was going to lead us. Rodgers was the piece we needed, and then it just never came close to happening.
It's weird. Tough. Do you think the Lions can ever get out of this? I mean, this is a real legitimate question. I say this as kind of a joke, but I think it's a real question. Like, can the Lions actually get out of this loser's mentality? Because, and I've thought about this a lot I try not to obsess with sports or whatever, because it's out of my control. I like to watch them, enjoy them, root for my teams, and and try to have realistic expectations. Which, I'm going to be honest, that is one of the better things about being a Lions fan or a Michigan fan, is because you can have realistic expectations if you're not, in La La Land. Right. The Lions, you can expect to it can vary. They can go from anywhere from 4-12 to 9-7 in a first round playoff exit. But for the most part, we don't have to ever worry about saying, oh, the Lions are going to make it to the NFC Championship game and contend or whatever. We can keep our expectations realistic. And with Michigan, it's like, even if we do well, we know what's going to happen on that last day of that last game of the season. So it's easy to keep the expectations realistic there. So, and I done forgot where I'm going with on this. What did I say? I said,
Oh, can we ever get rid of the loser mentality?
Can we get rid of this loser mentality? Yeah. Can we get rid of that like mindset? Because I've been thinking about it. And I'm watching these teams in all sports, dude. Like in every sport, you see teams come out of nowhere that aren't the Detroit Lions or Cleveland Browns, and make it happen, all but for a season.
Freaking Jacksonville made the AFC Championship 3 years ago.
Jacksonville, dude, I can name. I mean, off the top of my head, you could come up with tens of these scenarios or whatever, but like just off the top of my head, the Raptors were never championship contenders in the NBA. They won last year. Baseball is the best example. I mean, we had a situation where I might botch the order on this here, but the Cubs won the World Series, the Royals won the World Series, and the Astros won the World Series. It was actually the order, I think, was Royals, Cubs, Astros, right? And I think those were 3 consecutive years. So it's like, if those teams are winning World Series, like, I mean, how does Detroit get out of this loser mentality and actually start to get it together or whatever? And actually, I mean, I remember when I was a little kid, and this will be the end of my rant. I remember when I was a little kid, my dad said, I think with all I've seen out of the Lions, I will go to my grave without seeing the Lions make a Super Bowl appearance. And I remember when I was a kid, I was like, Dad, come on, man. You got plenty of years left. Like it's going to happen eventually. Starting to see my dad get a little bit older and some gray hair.
Right.
And we're not even anywhere on the verge. So what do you think? Can we turn it around at some point?
Maybe. I mean, I will say this. In the mid-2010s, they made playoffs back-to-back years. Yep. And those teams were legitimately exciting and fun to watch. Like, it wasn't just hoping and praying that some no-name receiver is going to do something or will luck into a win or two. It was, hey, we have the mentality that we can go out and beat any team. Our offense is disgusting. Our defense is very good. Like, we have a shot. And, I mean, they didn't win a playoff game, but at least making it was really nice. And that was a nice change of pace. And then that went away really fast. I don't know, man. If you follow the Lions, like the official Detroit Lions page on like Facebook, I've never seen anything positive in my life in the comments section. All it is thousands of fans just wailing and crying and screaming about how get rid of the Ford family. This team sucks. Fire everyone. Aaron Jones just ripped off a 70-yard touchdown to open the second half. I mean, that's tough.
Oh, God. It's so funny because it goes along with our conversation.
Right.
It's like, oh, we maybe we could be there. Maybe we're almost there. And then now we're down 10.
That happened. That just happened.
That would be the
fantasy
second
points,
time.
Though. Let's go. Daily
that is
fantasy, big time. Baby.
Yeah, you're doing well on that. You should have bet on that. And now your bet is good for the Packers right now at this point. That's wow. And that will be the second time of the season that Detroit's gone 21 unanswered after this extra point attempt. So
that's something you hate to see.
Yeah. It's been an issue with the Matt Patricia era. It's something we've definitely touched on this channel for sure. Matt Patricia has blown 11 leads in his 23 losses. 11 fourth quarter leads in his 23 losses. So that's not something.
Tough.
Yeah,
that's hard to do.
We're
half
one
the
of
time that you were one quarter away from winning, and half the time you're giving it up. What?
Yeah. Yep. And on top of that, he's there's been so the record since 2006 of teams with 17 plus point fourth quarter leads, 779-3. And Detroit gave up a 18-point lead last year to the Cardinals, ended in a tie. Okay. So that figures into that would actually be a tie into that stat or whatever. And now we give up a 17-point lead. So Detroit's got a lot their hands in that cookie jar, to say the least.
Sure. Touch back on the kickoff there. Aaron Jones back to his awesome gold sunglasses. Like, that's fantastic.
I mean, ever since he's put those on, They've been reeling. So
I mean, let's get a pair for freaking AP and Swift.
there's a good question too, though, and you mentioned Kerryon Johnson's hot start to the game or whatever, so that has something to do with it. But we have not seen much of AP today.
No, he's hardly touched the ball.
And that's interesting considering he was, sixth in the league in overall yardage after week 1 or whatever, and third after of most yards per carry.
Another one, too, is the rookie Cephas. Haven't said his name all day.
Yeah.
When he actually got a couple big plays in the game last week.
That's a great point there. So that's AP on that carry just now. And so AP today, 6 carries for 35 yards. So a 5.8 yards per carry average, Phil. Best on the team.
And I will say, though, take away, he had one that was the play where the Packers all shifted one way and the run went the other way.
Right.
Take that one off, and he's only doing a yard per carry.
Right.
So
true.
That's not amazing. Carry-ons looked good. Legitimately earned his yards every time.
Yeah. Carry-ons at 8 for 32. Yeah, you're right, though, because Peterson's long is 25, that 125-yard gain.
Oh, I guess I'll do play-by-play instead of just watching. Stafford out of the shotgun. We got to talking so much. It was crazy. They throw over the left side to Hawkinson. He makes the grab. That's a little 3-yard gain on a little crossing route underneath. So nothing special there. So that's going to be 3rd and medium here, about 3rd and 6.
Ernesto says Detroit will get the number 1 pick next year.
Bro, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Lose for Lawrence, baby. Lose for Lawrence.
We would take it. I just don't think we're gonna get it. Stafford's good enough to get some wins over like better opponents.
Accidentally go 4-12. Like that's the worst case scenario, man.
But dude, worst case scenarios go better than that. Like 7 and like 9 or something like that.
I don't think we have to worry about 7 wins. Maybe.
Schedule's pretty hard this year though, but
3rd and 6, they try to fire to Amendola right at the sticks. He kind of had to pull up. He was about to get destroyed if he had kept going. So he pulled up a little short. That pass falls incomplete. So not only have they given up 21 straight points, not only did they just give up a 70-yard touchdown to open the half, they have not out and given the ball right back to the Packers. Actually, no, I'll take it back. Amendola was set, and Stafford thought he was going to keep going and led him with the pass. So that was just miscommunication there on what the actual route was. Either way, it's incomplete.
All of a sudden, it's looking pretty bleak for Detroit.
It turned fast. The tide of this game was, oh, my God, we have a chance. Oh, my God, we're winning by double digits. This is great. We can do – and now it's a 10-point game, and the Packers might score again.
It's like they figured out that we don't have our starting corners on either side. So
what? That's great.
Somehow, some way, they took advantage of that.
Wild, man. I don't know. I mean, that's obviously giving up the touchdown sucks, but to answer it with a 3-and-out is really bad.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if the Packers go down this possession and score a touchdown or whatever, we're not the Chicago Bears. We're not going to come back from this.
Trubisky's not walking off that sideline to lead us to victory.
Yeah. Trying to see if anything changed in the action across the NFL. Really, honestly, most of the scores are mostly the same. That Atlanta has added a field goal to their already 16-point lead, now a 19-point lead over Dallas on the road. Other than that, everything's pretty much in check. The Giants have scored a field goal against Chicago to make it 17-13. Carolina's driving against Tampa Bay, so that's good news. They're at the 8-yard line, but 3rd and 2 there. But, a little bit of interesting things.
I saw the Titans are beating the Broncos, but Tannehill with 3 touchdowns. This is a team that, made their living just giving the ball to Derrick Henry. Why are they throwing the ball so much?
I mean, Tannehill's probably the best quarterback in the entire NFL, if you really –
That's fair. I did forget about that. That's my bad. My biggest issue here, of course, being in daily fantasy, I took Derrick Henry today, and he cost a lot of money. And I thought he was going to eat against the Broncos. He's not doing anything.
You took Aaron Jones, too, and he just had a 75-yard touchdown. So how much can –
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to win $1 million, so first place gets a milli.
Yeah, Millie's good. How about
I could use that? I don't know about you. I could use $1 million.
No, I don't need it, to be honest with you. But I mean, good luck to you. So no, I'm just kidding.
Thanks,
How about this game happening at 4:05? A Washington football team in Arizona, both 1-0 to start the season.
Arizona is going to win that game by 17 points.
Who did Washington play in week 1? I know Arizona. They played the Eagles. That's like
they came back against the Eagles.
Yeah,
the Eagles, who didn't have any of their offensive line and all their receivers are hurt, and the running back was hurt.
Makes sense.
The Cardinals are very good.
Cardinals got a win. They got the win over. Okay, so how much do you love them really? Like, you got a division with the Rams, Seahawks, Niners, and Cardinals.
The Seahawks are real nice.
Who wins that? Who wins that division?
Cardinals make the playoffs.
Really?
Yeah.
10-6. We got to play them next week, Phil. You think we're losing?
That'll be a treat for me. I get to root for my two favorite teams.
Wow, you got Cardinals, and they're at home too. That in front of that huge crowd.
Man. That's gonna be tough. DeAndre Hopkins is my favorite receiver in the league.
God, Detroit.
I love DeAndre Hopkins.
Will Detroit start 0-3?
Well, they're gonna win this game. Let's not look ahead. Okay, big comeback on the way after Jamal Williams, by the way, just ripped off about 15 on a run.
Yeah, we can start looking ahead. I'm gonna have you do the play-by-play.
I'm not doing play-by-play at all. I'm about to cough.
You got it on it right now because I got to go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back.
All right. First down for the Packers from their own 39. Rodgers under center, and they're gonna throw a flag here for a false start as the Packers line jumped a smidge early. They're obviously looking to run here. Rodgers is at 127 and 2 touchdowns on the day, but honestly, he probably doesn't have to throw anymore. Packers up by 10, 12 minutes, 20 seconds left in the third quarter. So there's obviously a ton of game time left, and it's only a 2-score game. For any other team, it'd be, hey, we got a shot, just get a stop, whatever. The Packers look unstoppable right now. They are just doing whatever they want, gaining positive yardage. They did just get a false start 5-yard penalty, so it's 1st and 15 now from their own 34. Rodgers out of the shotgun is blitzed by the Lions. He fires off to the sideline. That ball is dropped. It would have only been about a 3 or 4 yard gain regardless. So nice play there. I like the dialed up blitz from the Lions defense. They haven't blitzed very much at all today. They've, in fact, done very little pressure. I think that might go in the books as the first pressure and the first time that Rodgers was hit. He did actually take a pretty good lick right there. No flag for roughing, though. It was well timed. Good blitz there by Walker, who made the hit. So good job by him. But again, that's the first time all day that Rodgers has felt pressure physically. You got to do something else on defense here. So it's 2nd and 15, shotgun again. He's going to take a shot deep, and that is a phenomenal grab by Aaron Jones. Are they going to give him that? I mean, that was tight coverage by a defensive. It's not like a linebacker was on him. That was a straight-up defensive back, number 29. Aaron Jones on the far right side just elevates, 2-hand grab for about a 20-yard gain. Came down. He's got 59 receiving yards and a touchdown. The guy is a monster out of the backfield for the Packers. Unreal, man. Rodgers' perfect throw. Just want to throw that out there. First down now, they're going to hand off to Jones, who gets a little more love right after his big catch. He gains about 4 yards up the left side on the dive. They're going to replay the catch again. I mean, that is a grab, man. That was well done. Aaron Jones is a piece, certified.
Yeah, that is a – sorry, I'm back, by the way.
Oh, I was just – okay.
That's a wide receiver catch for a running back just now.
All right. I feel like – so I didn't even know you were back because I was watching the screen, not our thing.
Oh, you're good.
You've just been sitting there listening to me for 2 minutes or something.
No, I just got back.
All right, so it's going to be 2nd and 6, and they're going to fake the handoff. They had Devontae Adams coming across, but then he took a lick, so that ruined that play. But then they're able to get the first down anyway because that random white guy who caught the touchdown just made another play. I didn't catch his name. Talman, something like that.
Ernesto Hernandez says they will be 0-4 and maybe win against Jacksonville. Honestly, if we lose this, obviously we're going to lose this game. We're on the path to that. And so if we lose the Arizona game, we will lose against New Orleans for sure. We never fare well against them.
Yeah, that's true.
So 0-4 looks like a definite probability. I think we can beat Jacksonville, though. I would hope.
Jacksonville's not good. I'll tell you that right now. I live in Florida. They're bad. 1st and 10 from the Detroit 18. Rodgers stepping back to pass, rolls out to the right side, fires it to the right side. That one is bobbled by Jordy Nelson. Oh, negative. That's
Jordy Nelson.
I saw the 87. It's Jordy, my boy. I'm just going to do that from now on. If I don't know who the player is, I'm going to try to go back and just use their former owner of that number. There was a call for holding on that play, so they're going to take him back 10 yards.
That one's bobbled by number 80 for the 49ers. That's Jerry Rice on there.
Jerry Rice. Tanyan is the random white guy who keeps getting balls thrown at him. Tanyan. I've never heard that name in my life. He's wearing 85, though, so that's Greg Jennings, right? So we'll just call him Greg Jennings.
Jordy Nelson retired, apparently.
Yeah, that was like 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Didn't he go to the Raiders or something for a year?
Yeah, I knew he was at the Raiders, but I thought he was still in the NFL. I just thought he was on the bottom end of his career or whatever. I didn't know he retired there.
There you go. 1st and 20 now from the Lions 28. Rodgers going for it all. He fires in the end zone. And Lazard cannot come down with it. He went for the back shoulder throw near the pylon. Walker with the coverage on that one. That was actually really good defense.
Yeah, good coverage there, yeah.
You know, as a former cornerback myself, I can recognize good coverage. Yeah, I played it in high school. So.
Oh, yeah. Dude, you're like one of the fastest, quickest, most agile people I know, to be honest with you.
One thing that always bothered me just in life in general is like my head moves really fast and knows what to do on fields and courts and whatever. But my physical body is just significantly slower. So
Your
I was
body,
never
when you see something, your body's like, yeah, that's no for me, dog.
2nd and 20, and they throw again to Lazard. I don't know why they're not throwing to Davante Adams, but they're pissing me off. If they're going to throw to Adams. I mean, anyway, that ball dropped again. So that's Lazard's like 5th attempt where he didn't come down with the catch. So maybe get away from him. I don't know.
Does that mean Lazard's on your Adams is on your fantasy team too, or
I
what?
stacked. I went Rodgers, Adams, Jones.
You just went all Green Bay.
I did, plus the $100 bet on the side. So
as a Lions fan,
running
a Lions stream. Wonderful.
3rd and 20 from the 28 of Detroit out of the shotgun. Rodgers drops back. He's going to spin, and he is sacked for the first time today. The Lions get to him. Jamie Collins with the hit and the somersault celebration.
Yeah, this time he headbutts the ground. So he's done a great job of getting in the backfield though so far this year. I mean, we lost him a little bit last.
He's only played
week,
4 quarters, so
yeah.
But no, that was a really good rush. I mentioned it while you were away. They brought a blitz on the first play that you missed.
Yeah,
and it was the first time they had actual pressure and a hit on Rodgers all day. And so This is their first sack of the day. I would love to see him dial it up more. I understand why they can't, because you have the unseasoned secondary. So if you start blitzing Aaron Rodgers, he's going to pick you apart, right?
Yeah, that's one of the hardest things about going against Rodgers, man. He's one of the hardest. He's definitely one of the hardest quarterbacks to blitz against, because he will find the open man quick.
All right. So right there on that punt, it was actually perfect. It bounced at about the 4. The Packers cover guy did not get to it, but what he did do was step out of bounds first and then be the first guy to touch the ball. So that's going to be a penalty on Green Bay to give the Lions some yardage on top of the touchback.
Ian Jackson says, come on, what happened? What happened is we are Detroit Lions fans, and the Lions are going to lion whenever they have the opportunity. So now to be honest with you, Phil, that's a great question, because I don't know what's happened. I mean, it's kind of gotten I knew Green Bay was going to come back eventually. They have a good offense or whatever. But really, the better question is, what happened to our offense? Like, what's going on with it?
They just called the personal foul on the Lions?
Surely not. They did?
Okay. Yeah. So Agnew, who was receiving, he called fair catch.
Yeah.
Gave up on it and then blocked the guy right away, which I don't believe you're allowed to do if you call fair catch.
Right.
So they're going to be going from like their, 5, 2.5. So really good position for the Lions to come back.
Here we go, baby. Here we go.
You love to see it. It's exactly what you wanted drawn up there.
I mean, as a Detroit Lions fan, you're just like, you know what? Let's just start at like the, inside the 5. That's what we need.
And, it's not even just penalties. They're personal fouls. They're 15 yards a pop.
Right.
That's what's absolutely killing us right now because they did play pretty well in the first half.
Dude, that one drive before the first half ended, that was the one that really, really hurt with the Lions with 2 from the same guy, 2 15-yard penalties.
Right.
Now, I mean, that just made it so easy for Green Bay, who didn't have any timeouts, like we said. And that's 30 yards in penalties just like that. Hey, listen, Aaron Rodgers is already good enough. You don't have to give him 33 yards. It's okay. Make him earn it. Ian Jackson says Barkley is hurt. Yes, sir. We talked about it earlier for sure. Definitely.
Dunzo, man. That'd be real sad. I like Saquon a lot.
Yeah, we haven't seen it. Have you seen it yet? Have you seen the hit or
I didn't see
what happened? We're hearing, we don't know, but Phil got a text that said it was pretty serious. It was a pretty serious injury. I know he was carted off, right? I think it said.
Yes.
So prayers up for Saquon Barkley and his family and his friends for sure. It's one of my, to be honest with you, like now I'm a Michigan fan, and now that Barkley's gone out of Penn State or whatever, like he's a definitely Wolverine annihilator. He definitely did a lot of work against us, but regardless, I like the guy a lot. I think he's very shifty. Phil dared to compare Saquon Barkley to Barry Sanders last week, so
I don't remember that, but
Barkley's I will say this, as far as shiftiness is concerned, he's the closest I've seen to Barry in a long time. Because there's a lot of people that want to say somebody's Barry or whatever, and I'm under the thinking that there will never be a Barry Sanders ever again. But I will say shiftiness, when you're talking about the ability to shift and adapt it.
So real quick, if I can interrupt.
Yeah. Go ahead, because
back in action, Lions first down from their own 4-yard line. The Packers bring a blitz. They try to run an out route to either Amendola or someone else. It didn't matter because the pass was picked off and returned for a touchdown by Green Bay. So, Holy Lord, the Lions are lionsing hard right now. That was to Amendola.
The good news is if you are a Lions fan and you have Stafford on your fantasy team, he's about to rack up a lot of points over the coming.
I got Stafford on fantasy.
Yeah, he will rack up a bunch of points in the coming quarter and a half because we are about to throw the ball and become the typical one-dimensional Detroit Lions team that we usually are. All of a sudden, after going up 14-3, the Lions have given up 28 unanswered points, and I might get a lot of views on this reaction video coming up again today. So,
I just want to make a statement real quick. Do you remember that time where we went up 14-3 and you were like, dude, you put $100 on this game. What? And you were like worried. And then I showed no emotion. And at no point was I actually worried because.
All right, now don't you get too cocky. The Lions do a good job of coming back in games. We will not win this football game, but we will make it interesting, I think. You don't think so? You think it's donezo? It's just a blowout from here on out?
Well, all right, so they need 3 scores, right? But if you become one-dimensional like that, the Packers, knowing the passes are coming, first of all, without Golladay, right? You don't really have that deep threat. We haven't seen a single deep ball. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
Not a ball over 15 yards probably, and 15 yards might even be a stretch. It's all been cross routes, underneath routes, hooks, nothing, no shots downfield, right?
We need Mitch, dude. We need Mitch right now. We need Mitchell Trubisky. He could bring us down from 17 points.
Another thing, I'm just going to pile on here. Kerryon Johnson opened this game up dominating.
Yeah.
5 yards of carry, was carrying this offense. I haven't said his name since the end of the first quarter.
Right.
Where is he? Where'd he go?
Yeah, and we're not going to see him. I mean, the only time we're going to see him now is through passing the ball.
Right, and even then, they're Swift is supposed to be the pass catcher, ironically. but I feel like he would be in the game more for the passing situations. So, I mean,
yeah, this is
and
it all tough.
stems back. It all stems back to the end of the first half, and it's like you said before it even happened. You cannot give up a touchdown here. And what's the first thing they do? Penalty first down, give up a first down, penalty first down, with no timeouts.
Right.
The Packers in their own territory, and you knew. It's Aaron Rodgers. You know he's going to work his Aaron Rodgers magic. He's playing the Lions. He becomes God when he plays the Lions.
Yeah, the Lions they like to beat themselves, to say the least. They're like, you know what? Oh man, we feel guilty winning right now. We about to give it to y'all. We about to help y'all out a little bit here.
And I just want to make another statement. And this is not related to my rant. There are so many commercials. Like, I feel like I haven't called a play in 5 minutes of real time because I haven't, because there's been so many commercials.
You guys are depriving. Y'all are depriving Phil.
This kickoff, I swear to God. I swear to God.
They are depriving Phil Chenery from his art.
I just want to say words out loud to strangers on the internet, and they're not letting me. That blitz was really good by Green Bay, by the way, to get that pick six. The Lions were not ready at all for that. Stafford had to let go of that earlier than he wanted to, and it turned into a turnover. That was a really good blitz.
I think Stafford, after that throw, realized, I need to go somewhere else. I don't need to be in Detroit anymore.
Comeback season starts now. Stafford out of the shotgun, fires over the middle. It's dropped by DeAndre Swift.
That is not DeAndre's first drop of the season, in case you're joining us here live today. He dropped one last week, if you remember. I don't know if y'all know.
They just game braked over to the Falcons-Cowboys game where Dak ran the option, did not give it to Zeke, and ran it in himself, which ruins my daily fantasy because I also have Zeke in all my lineups.
Really, I've noticed this isn't even a Detroit Lions live stream. It's a Phil Chenery's
fantasy
update.
Positive play. All right, so they just hit Cephas for the first time. He caught a little 9-yard route there. Good for him to get on the board.
Yeah, that is his first catch of the day.
3rd and 1, though. So you're driving, you need points, you need yards. You got Swift in the backfield here. Stafford's going out of the shotgun.
I'm running, man. I'm running I formation
earlier.
Yeah, I'm running I formation and get the first down. That's the most important thing right now.
Shotgun, 4 wide. He fires it 10 yards deep, incomplete. Or 15 yards deep, incomplete.
That's a terrible call. That's a terrible play call.
3rd and 1 on a drive where you have to score.
Yeah.
You have to score on this drive to stay in the game. 3rd and 1, and you're firing a Danny Amendola up and out.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, dude.
Downfield into coverage.
Like, you've been mad for like the last 5 minutes now. I just got upset. Like, I think I just got upset after that play. What is that?
Come on.
Run the ball up the middle with anybody. Really, you could take any one of your 3 running backs and run the ball for 1 yard.
They're all very capable of picking up 1 yard, and they've been doing it today.
Yeah. I mean, they're averaging, most of them are averaging at least, I can go over it for sure. Like, the lowest average on our team today is 4 yards per carry.
We only needed 1. We didn't need 4.
Yeah.
We just needed 1.
I just, like, this is the thing that bothers Lions fans too. It's like, does it really matter who our coach is? Does it matter? Because we do the same stupid kind of stuff or whatever. I mean, who goes shotgun 3rd and 1? Who goes shotgun on 3rd and 1? Like,
it's unbelievable.
At least go under center, and if you're gonna pass, fine, but make them wonder if it's a pass or not.
TJ Hawkinson,
Ethan Sword, Ethan. I'm not gonna be able to pronounce your last name. Can you do that, Phil?
Savada.
I'm gonna say it's a silent S. Vadoba.
I'm gonna say silent V. Savada.
Okay, Ethan, let us know if you heard that. He says silent V. I say silent S. Either way, he says go Pack go. Thank you for joining us on the stream today. You guys are playing well, to say the least, since falling down 14-3. Because the Lions have shot themselves in the foot. But let's give the Packers credit where it's due or whatever. They've played the game that we figured they were going to play. We're looking at the stat line right now. You can see Rodgers is 14 for 23 for 2 touchdowns, 171 yards. Stafford, 14 for 24, 142, 1 touchdown, but the pick that he threw is quite an important one as it gave up 6 and then 7 points. So, yeah. This is, I mean, I don't know, man. I think we're going to catch up. I think we're going to come back, but that stuff.
No, you don't. No, you
I
don't.
do. I really do. I honestly do. I'm not saying that for the live stream.
Did you just see the last series?
No. Well, we could have done fine if we would have run the ball on 3rd and 1.
No shit. But we're not running the ball, and that's the problem.
I think you're going to see a little bit of a comeback. I've seen this plenty out of Detroit or whatever to know.
Their last 3 possessions, 3 and out, pick 6 on the first play, 3 and out. How does any of that give you any sort of confidence that they could score 3 straight times to get back in this game?
No, that 3 straight times would be winning the game. I think we're going to get back into the game to make it a little bit more interesting. We lost this game. It's over. But I think we might get back into it at least. I think you're going to lose your $100.
Do you want to bet another $100 that I don't lose my initial $100?
Yeah, I would not do that.
Okay.
That one reverse guy says, "Wow, we are actually winning without the help of the refs." Wow, that's how great does that feel? Like a Green Bay fan that admits they get a little bit of help from the refs. I like that a lot, man.
Yeah, they're just kicking our ass for free. That's great.
Yeah, much respect to that one reverse guy. He really stood true to his name. He just reversed like my thinking.
There's actually action on the field. We're back again. Aaron Jones picked up a first down on a nice little 12-yard run. He is absolutely obliterating the Lions. He's up to 173 yards and 2 touchdowns on the day.
Yeah, but what's his average per carry? I mean,
they hand it off to him again. He's up the middle. He's going to pick up about 3 on that play where he runs into a wall of Lions, a pride, if you will, of Lions.
No one runs the ball on the Lions. I mean,
they're just too good. They're too good.
We're killing it.
Davante Adams hasn't done anything, so that's a plus for the Lions, I guess.
Yeah, you have him on your
fantasy. It's a negative for me, but it's a plus for the Lions. I thought he was going to go off today.
I mean, it seemed too good to be true, right? For him.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll get a 70-yard touchdown here.
Phil, rushing yards this quarter, 112 for the Packers, 0 for Detroit.
0 for Detroit.
That's correct.
0. Aaron Jones just picked up more yards, 4 of them on a toss play to the right. So it'll be 3rd down. Maybe there's a stop on deck. But let's see what the Packers do. They're about 3rd and 2 here. 3rd and 2, which is a short yardage situation.
I mean, the positive, yeah.
What they'll do.
The positive out of this is that we don't have to, have the gut-wrenching loss that we had last week, right? I mean,
it's easier to swallow when you just know you're going to get your ass kicked, all right? So,
yeah, I'm going to have to do a lot to have some energy for my reaction video because
look at the Packers thinking they're us. 5 wide on 3rd and it's 3rd and 6. No, it's 3rd and 2. Stupid ticker on the bottom has been wrong all year.
Yeah,
they picked up the first down. They went to guard again on a little outpost.
It's
wide
almost
open. Almost so open.
It's almost like they're better than
picked
us.
Up about 20.
Weird. It's like they're better than us. I don't get it.
Crossing route, no one to be seen. I don't know.
If you're just joining us, the Packers have now scored 28 unanswered. Lions took a 14-3 lead in the first quarter. We have not scored since. It's 31-14. Green Bay Packers over the Lions, and they are also moving the football at this point.
1st and 10 from the 42-yard line of Detroit. They're going to hand off to Jamal Williams, who goes up the middle, picks up about 2.5 yards on that play.
The good news, if you are a Lions fan watching, the Lions are about to make a comeback. Phil, he just doesn't. He just refuses to believe. But I guess I'd feel that way too if I had $100 on the pack. But I'm telling you, it's coming. Matt Stafford, the real Matty Ice, is about to make a comeback.
As they zoom in on Davante Adams on the sideline with his helmet off, he might be done for the day at this point, which is really cool. Great. 3 catches, 36 yards, but why risk anything else? Unbelievable. They're going to toss to the right side to Aaron Jones again. He cuts up. He gets the first down. Little tiptoe action there for extra yardage. Another first down for Green Bay. Aaron Jones nearing the 200-yard mark of total yardage receiving and rushing today.
And the Packers, after scoring 43 points in week 1 against the Vikings, well on target to do the same here this week against us, if not more. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, that Jordan Love pick may have ticked off Aaron Rodgers just a little bit.
Yes, in my in-depth pregame analysis, you might recall I said that exact thing. I researched for a very long time to get to that determination. So Rodgers on first down is going to drop back and then scramble for about 5 yards and slide down. So yet again, the Packers gain positive yardage on literally every single play. It doesn't matter. Run, pass, who is touching the ball. They're moving it. They're oppositing the Lions here. Ugh.
We're just down 17, Phil. So it's late third quarter. We got a whole quarter left. I mean,
a lot of football to be played. I will say that.
You know, Rodgers turns the ball over left and right. I mean, he had 0 interceptions last week, so
yeah,
surely they're coming here in week 2 at some point.
On the play clock all the way down to 1 and handed off to Williams on
it's
second.
It's a pick 6 for the Detroit Lions. That is Jeff Okudah, the rookie out of Ohio State, taking it back for 7 points. Lions bring it within 10 points, 31-21. Jeff Okudah with a huge play. Look at this break on the ball, Phil. As he reads. What? No. My stream's behind yours. That's my bad.
You really freaked me out there. But that's interesting you say it. I haven't seen his. I haven't said his name all day.
No, I mean, I was sitting there wondering if he's even. I'm gonna look at the stat box.
Is he playing?
I'm about to check out, see if he's got a tackle at least, because he was supposed to get the start today. Yeah, he's got. Well, geez, he's got 6 tackles. Solo, all 6 solo.
I guess we were so focused on the Packers just always catching everything that we weren't looking at who was actually tackling. So 3rd and 2, how about the Lions get a stop? They knock down the pass at the line of scrimmage. But then for the 3rd time today, they're called for defensive holding. So instead of a stop and a field goal attempt, it's going to be automatic first down for Green Bay.
Yeah, the good news is if you're gonna make mistakes against and have penalties against an offense, at least it's just the Packers, right? It's just like one of the best offenses in the league.
Lines up to 6 penalties that were accepted for 70 yards. They've had about 4 penalties declined because the Packers didn't need that charity. Here we go, 1st and 10 out of the shotgun. It's a quick pass to Scantling on the right side. He dropped it. Packers have dropped a lot of balls today.
They have done that.
Balls and not great passes. It could be 97-14 right now if my math checks. But they dropped a few.
Oh, man. No hope from Phil Chinnery. Phil is like counting down the minutes. He's like fourth quarter. Let's get this thing over with. Let's go.
I'm just trying to make my hundo, baby.
And I noticed you have
this Irvin guy who isn't real, and then the white guy Tanyan. They're both in the lineup right now. Probably have to score.
You haven't had a sip of alcohol too to deal with this. See, that's why I'm great. I'm like, I've at least drank. So.
Oh my God! 2nd and 10, shot to the end zone. Valdez Scantling for the 9th time today drops it. That guy sucks. He sucks. I'll say it. That's the only. I'll start. I'm going to start hating. I got nothing else to do.
You heard the fantasy football advice from Phil Chinnery. If you have an opportunity to pick up Scantling, make it happen.
Scantling sucks.
He mistimed that jump. He definitely mistimed that jump. Like
the timing on that jump was abysmal.
Yeah.
What was he doing? That was a good throw. I don't know why I'm so mad right now.
You should get mad, Phil.
3rd and 10, play clock 2, play clock 1. They do get it off. Rodgers fires over no, they did not get it off. He's just said out loud. I think someone on the sideline called timeout. He's pissed.
He said, "Y'all better discount double check me, man." Like I'm telling you right now.
Discount. I'm Aaron Rodgers, bitch.
I am State Farm boy.
If we want a timeout. All right. Yeah. Side note: State Farm. Jake from State Farm is jacked. Do you see those arms?
I'm looking right now. Let's see.
Are you kidding me?
I've never noticed. Like you're talking about in the commercials.
The black Jake from State Farm. Do you not see him?
He's ripped.
Look at him.
He is though, ain't he? Let's see. Hold on, I got you.
That guy's a tank. He looks bigger than Aaron Rodgers. He looks bigger than Mahomes in the Mahomes commercial. They got him in the dry fit tight shirt thing.
Watch this. I'm gonna see. Where's this?
Hey, it's me. Here we go. 3rd and 10. They're gonna run it again. They throw to Jones. Terrible throw. They brought a little pressure there. Rodgers had to get rid of it. So that was behind Jones. He fails to score his 3rd touchdown of the day.
It's really hard to tell, but yeah, you can tell with just is that what you're talking about? This commercial?
No, the one where he's outside with Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, the new. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, you can't tell. So, all right, well, no, look at that picture though.
Yeah, he's jacked in that
sweater. He doesn't look like anything special. Now go look at the Aaron Rodgers commercial.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, wow.
Packers going to settle for a field goal here, go up 34-14. Prime position here for Detroit to go on their 21-0 run that Phil doesn't believe is going to happen.
I sure don't. So holding to a field goal is nice. But at the same time, if the Packers are going to score, I really wish Aaron Jones would have scored. He didn't.
Yeah, I mean, the 75-yard touchdown run wasn't enough, was it? Huh?
I want more.
I mean, he kind of looks jacked. I don't know, man. Here, I'm going to share this screen. The way you said it, I was like thinking like huge guy. You talking about this right here, right?
No.
What do you mean?
It was the one that was literally just playing. How did you not see it?
Oh,
that's the whole reason I brought this up.
Oh, dang it.
Hold on.
This one? With the pink shirt?
Oh, stop trying. Stop trying.
All right, there's a good question. How many Aaron Rodgers commercials are there with State Farm? I mean, geez.
I don't think I can do the fanciness. God bless.
Whoa, here. This has to be it.
Yeah, that one.
Look at those biceps.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, that makes me want to be a bisexual.
Who needs insurance when you got guns? Load it up.
Discount double check that. I mean, geez.
I'm not gonna lie. They just also played a commercial for Wingstop.
Yeah.
That sounds really good right now.
Yeah, wings sound great.
Oh,
I get to make a reaction video after this, so
sick.
Save some for me.
I would do a reaction video, but it'd just be me counting bills, baby.
You would do it'd be that, and it'd be if you did have to do it as a Detroit fan, it'd just be like, we suck. They like secondary suck. Defensive line sucks. Linebacker sucks.
Everybody sucks.
Nah, this is definitely a disappointing start for Detroit, to say the least. I mean, it's last week was heartbreaking, but not exactly shocking. I mean, be honest. Like when we were watching that last week, it's like we were kind of shocked, but we weren't really taken aback.
I was shocked that they played as well as they did.
Yeah.
And then I got excited, and that was my biggest mistake, was getting excited.
Never. That's rule number one as a Lions fan, right? I mean,
don't have hope.
Yeah, don't
have hope.
Don't be optimistic. I did that. I made that mistake today, thinking we were going to cover a 6.5 point spread, and I mean, we're well on our way to do that, according to me, but logically, we're not doing that.
Let me give this my full attention. See if that'll help.
Let's do it, Phil.
Minute 32 left on the clock here in the third quarter. 25-yard line as Stafford's in shotgun. 3 wide to his left. He fires to the right side. That's going to be DeAndre Swift, the rookie, with the catch and grab. He runs forward for 8 yards. So the Lions gain some positive yardage, which has been a struggle for them all day. Little game break over to the Cowboys-Falcons game as Dak Prescott scores another rushing touchdown. Not Zeke Elliott. It was Dak Prescott again. So that screws me pretty good. Close game there now, 29-24. Falcons over the Cowboys back in action at Lambeau. 2nd and 2. They're going to hand it off again to Swift. He falls forward. Are they going to give it to him? The linebacker's flexing like he did something, but he might have actually given him the first down by throwing him forward. Let's see where they spot this ball. They just keep replaying it. Yeah, I mean, he bounced off his leg. They gave him a first down. So the guy's flexing while giving up a first down. What an idiot. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Stafford out of shotgun again, looks to the left side. And that is my boy Cephas for his second catch of the day. He's going to gain about 6 on that one. And he gets out of bounds. So the clock is stopped. The Lions they're going to pick away. They're going to come back from 20 down, 5 yards at a time. That's the plan. But
we're coming back, Phil.
It's positive, so we'll take it.
This is going to be,
if I was mistaken. It's going to
be great for the channel, Phil. We're about to gain so many subscribers because my reaction video after we win from 20 down.
Whee! 2nd and 2, and they go to the pass. Swift turns around 5 yards out of the backfield, turns around, catches the ball, gets the first down, leaps over a defender, and it picks up the first down on a nice about 15-yard gain there. So that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter. The Lions are trailing 34-14, but they are driving, looking sharp again. Will they build on this momentum, or will it fizzle away and die like my hopes? We'll be right back with the action just after this.
And we're still here because we don't have a commercial. We are not sponsored by anybody, so
we aren't. I'll go back to my normal voice though, instead of my announcer voice.
That's great, man. You're so good at that. I can't wait to get you like thousands of people watching at one time. For the 4 people who are watching right now, we welcome you to IntraMITTEN Sports. This is the channel where we go over the Detroit Lions, Detroit Pistons, Detroit Tigers, and Michigan Wolverines. Even if you're a Green Bay fan watching this, we're in your division, so we'll be covering plenty of Detroit action as well as the teams in the division as they have something to do with us, at least for the first 8 games of the season before we're out of playoff contention. So we just thank you for watching us today and trying to have a good time and just stream the game live and talk about the game. Phil is the play-by-play guy. He is doing an excellent job. Always does.
Thanks.
Mr. Positive himself, he says that, if you're just joining us, we're down 34-14. Phil is crazy. He thinks we're going to come back in this game. And I'm like, nah, it ain't going to happen, man. I'm telling you, that's just him, though. He's just Mr. Optimistic. And I'm
Sunshine and rainbows.
No, just being serious is the other way around. I think Detroit's going to make a little bit of roll here. I think if I've noticed anything over the years with the Lions or whatever, we like to try to do our magic in the fourth quarter, but we don't do what the Bears did last week, which is finish the magic and finish off strong.
But honestly, you know what? Like the Bears, they scored 3 touchdowns unanswered last week.
Mm-hmm.
Why not us? Why not the Lions?
There's like 500 ways I can answer that. Most of the time it's because it's just never been the Lions. It's like we talked about earlier. It's a losing mentality. It's not really our way, which is really weird, honestly, because with a guy like Stafford or whatever, somebody who is, I would argue, is an optimistic person and he never gives up. He does not give up in games. But he can't do it himself. We need help. The defense has been every bit as bad as we imagined it would be today. There's an opportunity for Green Bay to score 50 points in this game. So,
they're at 48. You said the over-under was pushed to 51, right?
Yeah, pushed to 51. The over-under for sure is happening. It's definitely going over, right? I mean, unless there's no points scored or even 3 for the push. Go ahead with your play-by-play. You got your game back on, right?
Back here in the fourth quarter as Stafford lines up in the shotgun and fires to Amendola for a gain of about 8 yards to the left hash. It'll be 2nd and 2. as the clock ticks in the final quarter of this matchup. The Lions are going to hand it off to Kerryon Johnson, who gains 1 on the play. So it's going to be 3rd and short. Oh, sorry, that was Swift, not Johnson. Kerryon Johnson apparently disappeared after the first quarter. They have put out a missing persons report to the FBI because he's nowhere to be seen in this football game. It's now 3rd and 1, the Lions in Packers territory. We've seen this movie before where they threw it 20 yards downfield incomplete on the last time. Let's see what they do here. 3rd and 1. This has to be 4-down territory, you would assume. So they're going to huddle up here, talk it over, say, hey, when we screw up this first one, here's what we'll do on the second to screw it up even more. From the 29-yard line of Green Bay, 3rd and 1, Stafford under center, I formation, Hawkinson in motion. Fullback lead blocker gets the block in, and Swift will pick up the first down. Or did okay. I thought it was a fumble for a second. It wasn't.
All right, let me pause you. Let me pause you for 1 second. Why couldn't we have done that on the last drive?
It seemed pretty easy to just run it up the middle.
It's pathetic, man. That's crazy.
Unreal.
Go ahead.
So that'll be another first down for the Lions. They trail 34-14, 13 minutes, 20 seconds remain in the fourth quarter. They are driving deep into Green Bay territory. It's first down from the Green Bay 24-yard line. Stafford in shotgun. He's got a running back to his right, 2 wide receivers to his left, 2 tight ends in the game. He takes the snap, drops back 5 steps, steps up in the pocket, avoids the rush, fires to the right side. Beautiful pass there to number 17, Hall Jr. It's a touchdown for the Detroit Lions.
Boom. Boom. The comeback's coming, Phil.
The comeback has begun. That was a really nice throw, not going to lie. That was a deep cross route. He came across the entire end zone on that play, and Stafford just delivered the bullet.
Marvin Hall Jr., not just a deep threat. He says it all the time. I'm telling Phil, we're coming back, bro.
I swear to God, if they lose by 6, I'll quit. I'll quit this job.
Oh, that
I'm not getting paid for.
Don't try to come back afterwards, man. I'm telling you. No.
Trader banks on the extra points. 34-21. Lions crawling back into this one.
You know what is wild though? Like we're 1 touchdown away from being 6, and they, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is wild.
You're like, yeah, that is wild. That would be Vegas. We got somebody that says that one reverse guy says the Bears may blow this lead. I'm checking on it now. Yeah, it is 17-13 now.
Who's that one guy who came in the chat talking about we beat the shit out of the Giants, so I came in to check on your game.
Yeah.
How's that going?
That would be, Lenny James. He is not here right now, I don't think, but that is very true. They're only up 4 all of a sudden. Bears might get a taste of their own medicine. 7:36 left in the fourth on that, 17-13. Bears over the Giants. Falcons have scored after the Cowboys made it interesting. The Falcons have made it 35-24, but still
Who scored?
36-24, actually. That is, let's see. I mean, because that just happened. Ridley already had 2 touchdowns, so it's not him.
Give him 3.
It would be Gage for 8 yards.
Russell Gage, I think is his name. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm about to say I don't know his first name. I'm assuming.
So on the waiver wire this week. He should throw up 100 yards last week.
Bro, the Jaguars have once again come back. They're now tied with the Titans 30-30. They're up 30.
I thought the Titans were in Denver. Oh wait, that was Monday night.
Yeah, that was last week. Yeah, 30-30. Jaguars have a 13-0 fourth quarter going. So after
Gardner Minshew MVP?
Yeah, after coming back, he's got 319 yards, 3 touchdowns against a not very bad Titans defense. Vikings down 28-3 at the Colts. Jonathan Taylor with a nice day in his rookie campaign, 26 carries, 101 yards, 1 touchdown.
3 points.
What do you mean 3 points? Oh, yeah, 3 points for the Vikes, yeah. Let's see how bad their offense has done. I mean, statistically, we already know the – oh, wow. Phil, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
All right, give me a guess at what you think Kirk Cousins is going with right now. Like, what are his stats right now?
Well, if they only have 3 points, I'll say like
8:47 left in the fourth.
I'll give him 6 for 17 for 39 yards and 2 picks.
Wow. I didn't think you were going to guess. I thought these were, even with only scoring 3 points, I thought you were going to guess like a little bit better than what he's 7 for 22, 61 yards, 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. That is a bad day, especially against the Colts, man. Dalvin Cook, 12 for 52. Adam Thielen, 3 for 31 is their leading receiver. This is not a good day for the Vikings, to say the least. And the Vikings are going to fall to 0-2 in the division. And then, I mean, does losing Everson Griffin and Stephon Diggs mean that much? Could possibly be. Dolphins coming back on the Bills. I'm going to let you get back to the play-by-play in just a second. Dolphins coming back on the Bills at 17-13. Bills there. Really no other. Actually, Panthers have come back from 21 down. It's 21-14 now. 12 minutes left in the fourth there, and I'll let Phil get to the play-by-play now.
Back at it here, 12:45 left in the fourth quarter. The Packers start from their own 21-yard line. They start with a toss left to Aaron Jones, who gains 4 yards on the play. I think that should put him over 200 for the day. I'm kind of making that up in my head, though. I don't have confirmation on it.
That's not a lovely day.
It's pretty good. Pretty good day. So 2nd and 6, Aaron Rodgers pissed off now that he has to go back out and actually keep trying in this game. He thought his day was done. 34-21 is your score. 2nd and 6 from the Packers 30. They're going to split Jones out wide to the right side, where he has absolutely dominated. Rodgers drops back alone in the backfield, fires over to Mercedes Lewis, who picks up the first down on an 8-yard gain. There is a flag on the play. Could this be an illegal motion, perhaps?
It looked like it. It looked like a formation issue or an illegal motion issue. I'm with you.
Illegal shift.
Boom.
On the offense. Look at me. I should be a ref.
You are. You I remember when you used to ref in intramurals.
I crushed it, man. So many people hated me. I loved it. All right, so that's going to be a 5-yard penalty on the Packers to bring them back to 2nd and 11 from their own 25. There's security guards in the stands for some reason because there's no fans. That's awesome. Rodgers out of the shotgun. Aaron Jones to his left. He's going to hand it off to Jones. Nifty little spin move. He smashed circle on his PlayStation controller. Gained an extra 4 yards on that play. Grand total of about 8 yards on the run. Makes it 3rd and manageable. 3rd and 4 coming up.
3rd down. If the Lions are going to come back here, this is the play. This is so the stop important. Right here.
Need to stop.
You messing around, but if they don't get the first down here and the Lions score a touchdown, boom, back in the game.
3rd and 4, Rodgers out of the shotgun again. He's been about 85% out of a shotgun this game, I would say. Jones to his left. He surveys the defense, says something to his team. Don't know what it is. Probably has something to do with the play. He awaits the snap. 2-1 on the play clock. He receives it, steps back, fires it deep for Valdez-Scantling, who makes the grab and is tackled. That's about a 45-yard gainer on 3rd and 4.
Well, that hurts.
So Valdez-Scantling in the place of Devontae Adams, who's hurt with a hamstring injury. He's not going to play again today.
I mean, if that play didn't happen, we were going to win.
He stepped out really early. Well, if they review it, he did step out because he gained about 20 yards after he stepped out. So I'm assuming they're going to look at it.
Well, it don't matter. We gave up the big play on. I mean, God, that hurts. That I mean, you got to think if you have Desmond Trufant or Justin Coleman or in that situation that maybe it doesn't happen. Right. I don't know.
I mean, at the same time though, it's single coverage. Like it's a pro receiver and Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball. Like how many people are actually going to stop that? That's
yeah. But
that's a good ass throw.
I feel a little bit better with Desmond Trufant guarding there or Justin Coleman than a backup.
Right. So after the first down, they did call him out of bounds, so it wasn't as long as we thought, but it was still a significant play, definitely a momentum shifter as the Lions take another hit to the gut on that one. They handed off to Aaron Jones on the first play back for about 2 yards, makes it 2nd and 8. Just a really nice throw from Rodgers. They've replayed it about 19 times already now, so we're just getting a lot of replays.
All right, now
9:35 left in this ball game.
we're about to take it to them. We are about to get serious in this game.
Got him right where we want him. 3
Here we
seconds.
go,
on the play
baby.
clock. 2-1. They snap it, hand it off to Jamal Williams up the middle for about 2 yards. So the Packers now in just run down the clock mode, which is,
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Really, they've done it a lot of the game, though. They've gone down to like the last couple seconds of the play clock over and over again today.
Right. Will you take Buddy's thing off the screen? His comment. It's really bothering me. Thank you.
Love Phil Chenery, man. Always blunt. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear your wedding vows one day. They're gonna be great.
Love you. All right.
Love you, but not too much.
3rd and 6 from the shotgun. Rodgers fires over to Aaron Jones. Yet again, it's another Green Bay Packers first down as he slipped out of the backfield to the left side and was able to gain about 7 yards on that play.
Just
the guy's
unable to get stopped. Unable to get stopped. Yeah, he's doing well for you. How's Devontae Adams doing for you?
Nah, it doesn't matter. When I play daily, I make my lineups and then I don't look at them during the day.
Oh.
I have a general idea of who's on my team,
yeah,
but I never look at the standings during the day. I don't check till before.
What do you play, DraftKings or FanDuel?
I do both.
Okay.
FanDuel's my preferred, but I don't know. I dabble in both. Same thing for regular fantasy too. I don't check scores until right before the Sunday night game.
Man, that's a good way to be. That's a big reason why I stopped playing is because I was too freaking obsessed with it, checking my score every 20 seconds.
Hey, Aaron Jones just scored a touchdown.
And that's the last touchdown the Lions are going to give up today. Okay, we're about to get real.
They just, what was that? 20 yards? 15 yards to the left side. Little counter play, nice lead block there from some big white guy.
Listen to this. 49ers against the Jets, up 31-6. Have you lose Garoppolo, Bosa, and Mostert to injury?
No,
what it says.
Mostert is on my team.
Yeah, obviously I don't know the extent of the injuries, but that's
what's the extent of the injury?
That's the headline.
Packers going for 2 here to get the 21-point lead instead of 20. They're always thinking ahead.
If they don't get
analytics at work right here. Love to see it.
If they don't get it, we win.
Rodgers has the shotgun. He's got Jamal Williams to his left. He's going to hand off to Williams, who waltzes into the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
Great.
Nice play call there. 42-21 is your score. They've hit the over. Aaron Jones with the shades on. Guy's an animal. Love it.
If you're wondering what my post-game reaction is going to be like, it won't be good. It won't be positive.
Hard to be positive about anything in this game.
What?
So I guess the first quarter was okay.
42 points.
Are the Packers good? Is that fair?
They should have set the over-under to 80 points in this game. Could have made it interesting.
Yeah. What a bloodbath.
Yeah, this is wild. After going up 14-3, Lions have now given up what's 14-3 would be 7-39 since then. Pretty wild.
It's not great.
Pretty wild. But good news about Phil and I is we've been through this. We know what it's like, so we don't get our hopes up.
We've seen it.
Be a frustrating game next week if we lose. Let's go ahead and look forward. Is it time to look forward yet, or what? Okay, what do you think?
I think that's fair.
Lions at Cardinals. What are you thinking? I need some advice from you for my next prediction video.
I think. Well, all right. Let's look at the Lions defense, who in week 1 gave up 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns to Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah.
And then today have given up 42 points to the Packers, who basically beat them with Aaron Jones and all their weird receivers who no one's ever heard of. And now you want them to go to Arizona and take on Kyler Murray, who already has looked phenomenal this year, DeAndre Hopkins, who is arguably the best wide receiver in the league who set a career high for most catches last week. Plus, they still have Larry Fitzgerald, plus Christian Kirk, plus Kenyon Drake, plus Chase Edmonds, who might possibly be one of the best backup running backs in the league. What is the Detroit defense going to do against that Arizona offense? What could they possibly do? Especially with the injuries.
Yeah.
We don't know. I don't know how severe they are. I think he's on IR, so he's done for a while.
Yeah, he's done for a while. I would imagine Trufant might be back next week, but that's a might.
Even still, is he really going to do anything?
Who knows?
I'm not super positive. I will say Arizona's defense, I don't know much about them, so I'm not super afraid of that. So, the Lions have 21 now. They might add another garbage tutter here, but they got to get stops, and they're not doing that. They're not getting stops. 2 games into the season now, they haven't stopped shit. So
yeah, you can't rely on your offense, but so much.
This is a 4:00 game, so that's interesting.
Yeah, because it's on the road at Arizona, obviously.
I don't know how that affects my life. I don't think it does.
That changes your Sunday plans, because usually you do the stream, right? And then you go on a date with some high-profile celebrity.
That is correct.
So if you can't do the game, I'd understand completely. I'd understand.
So Stafford on that play was pressured out of the shotgun and then threw a shovel pass to nobody. He should be called for intentional grounding. I don't know if they threw the flag or not. There wasn't anyone. They're discussing grounding right now. Did you see that play or did you cut out?
Yeah, I saw it.
Just why can't he throw it away out of bounds?
That's a great question.
In 2 games, he hasn't done that a single time.
Yeah, I think he forgot to do that.
He's doing weird stuff, and I don't like it.
And they are calling the flag, it looks like.
They hit him for grounding, so he's going to lose. He lost about probably 10 yards on the play. Just bad. The safety blitz, good blitz, and he just chucks it to no one. There's no one near there. You didn't see the blitz of the last second. I think he tossed away for protection, so he didn't die. He ended up getting tackled anyway. It is a loss of 10, so it's 2nd and 20 now.
Here we go, baby. Here we go. This is where we make it happen.
Comeback starts now.
Right now. Now we're playing.
We're playing. Out of the shotgun. He's got Swift to his right side, 3 wide. He drops back and is pressured again. He goes down again. The Packers pick up another sack. This time it was number 52, who is a linebacker, who is a guy.
I think that's Rashawn Gary, is it not?
Like the Rashawn Gary?
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah, fuck yeah. Oh, sorry. I shouldn't have said that, but let's go, Michigan.
Yeah, that's one more sack than he got while he was at Michigan. So
that's pretty.
That's a really good move by Gary. He faked inside or whatever and went outside and just completely beat the lineman.
So 3rd and 30, the line's going for it, and they hand off to Swift up the middle.
There we go.
Game. So
all right, now
4th and 30 with 7 minutes left in the game. Are you going for it from your own 2?
I'm not going to go for it yet at this point. But
there's a lot of time left. So.
I might be giving up at this point.
Good night.
We'll see what happens. This is, what's great about this game though so far? This is the first time we've ever had to. Well, did we stream any games with the Tigers that it was out of hand or?
No, because they kept coming back. Remember?
Yeah. This is the first time. This is the first time I've had to feel what it's like to be a broadcaster. When the game's just right, you
just got to fill time.
And you're like, dang, man, I'm about ready to. What do I got to do later?
Yeah.
Here we go, baby. But you know what? If you're a Lions fan watching this, that's don't let us make your decision for you. We can come back from this. The Packers only have Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
that's a 3-and-out waiting to happen.
Yeah, and they're just going to hand it off to Aaron Jones, who only has 250 yards on the day. They're going to hand off to him 3 times. So,
jeez, what does he actually have? It's got to be a lot. I mean, it's over 200 for sure.
Yeah, it really is around 250.
He is at no. I mean, unless this is wrong, it's only showing 168.
Oh, throwing his receiving yards. I was saying total yards.
Oh, okay. 168 plus 68 then, which is 236.
Something.
Yeah. 3 touchdowns. So
on first down after the by the way, the Lions punted. They did not go for it on 4th and 30 from their own 2.
Aaron Jones is having a good day for you.
Yeah. Too bad all my other picks didn't. So none of it matters.
Yeah, that's how it always goes.
You have to hit in daily. You have to hit every position. You can't.
Yeah. No, dude.
I've had one guy suck.
Oh, there was a time on FanDuel where I forgot how many positions you start, but it's 10, right? Or something like that. And I went 8 of my guys went off. And the other 2 guys sucked so bad that I got good money, but I didn't get near as much as I thought I would make under that scenario. I think I made $25 or $30. I was like, what?
2nd and 7. They toss it to, that's not Aaron Jones. That's some random guy.
Here we go.
Big backfield did a cartwheel.
Big third down here. Big third down here for the Lions. Only down 21.
That's not Irvin. That's 28. That's Dorsey Levens.
Dorsey Levens. He was 25, wasn't he?
He was 25.
Yeah.
Some guy named Dylan just had that carry. Corey Dillon, 28. No, Corey Dillon was 28.
Bro, you showing that's AJ Dillon, former Michigan Wolverine, turned Boston College Golden Eagle.
Corey Dillon.
AJ Dillon.
Corey Dillon.
28.
Man, so I just saw on the ticker, the 49ers game, everyone got hurt on the team.
Yeah.
None of them returning for this game.
All their best players. All 3 of their best players, pretty much.
That's crazy.
Or most important, at least. Hey, I'll wait till you get to the play-by-play. I got to go to the bathroom again.
I mean, you can go to the bathroom whenever you want, man.
All right, Dan. Be back.
Rams up on the Eagles 31-19. Jared Goff with 3 touchdowns on the day. Tyler Higbee, the tight end, 3 touchdowns receiving, 5 catches, 54 yards. That guy is an animal for anyone who plays. He came on late last year. He's an absolute piece. So here we go, 3rd and 4, 4:40 left in the 4th quarter. Rodgers alone in the backfield, so it looks like they're going to throw on this one. He's got 5 wide. They fire off to the right side. The ball's batted down or faked. I don't know if it was a pump by Aaron Rodgers or if he caught the batted down ball. But he tried to run with it and slid down to avoid contact. So it's a big stop for the Lions. Clock is not running. It's at 4:26 for some reason. So let me see what happened here. All right, yeah, it was thrown, batted down, and caught. So Aaron Rodgers just completed a pass to himself and then slid down. So he actually lost 6 yards on his reception. Not a sack, though. Why is the clock stopped, though? That's what my question is, because the Lions are still showing all 3 of their timeouts. It was a completed pass. I don't understand what's happening. I apologize to anyone listening. Very weird. Lions down by 21, 4 minutes left, as Stafford looks to make the greatest comeback in the history of the NFL. We'll see what he can do here. 63 points in this game by the 2 teams combined. Hammers the over, which was at 51. The Packers looking every piece of the best offense in football, and that's without Davante Adams today. He only had 3 catches for 30 yards. and just really didn't do much of anything. So the Packers are going to punt here on 4th and 10. It bounces out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. So Detroit has to go 90 yards to get back in this one. Quick game break over to Indianapolis versus Minnesota. Phillip Rivers finds Pascal for a touchdown to make that game 28-11. Final score. The Colts put a thumping on the Minnesota Vikings. How about that?
I heard 90 yards, and I thought you were talking about us.
Yards given up in penalties, or
did something like what team were you talking about?
The 90 yards thing was punt went out at the 10, so I said the Lions have 90 yards to go to get back in this one.
Yeah,
Stafford drops back on the first play after the punt, and that is caught by Cephas, who's going to turn upfield. That was very close to being intercepted. Instead, it's a perfect pass, which we're very used to. And Cephas takes it for about 35 yards. So nice to see the young rook get on the board there. That's his third catch of the day. He's up to probably 50-something yards, 55 yards or so would be my guess. So the Lions are driving here. We're under 4 minutes now as Stafford runs the hurry up out of the shotgun and fires another one over the middle. Very dangerous play there as he's looking for Amendola. So, yeah, no, this is why you have Matt Stafford on your fantasy teams. When you're down like this, he loves to just sling it.
Here come the point.
Sometimes it works. Sometimes it gets picked off. That was a terrible throw into coverage. The Packers are all sitting back in zone. Two guys could have had a chance at picking that off. Instead, it was batted down. But, no, these little dink and dunks. Hopefully Hawkinson gets some work here because, again, he's been a no-show as well, which I still don't understand because he is their best offensive threat without Golladay.
Yeah,
Stafford
I agree.
put the jukes on and instead is sacked. I don't know what that was. He wasn't even looking to throw. God, I don't understand many things about this team.
He has been in the league. Oh, wow, Phil. Giants at 4th and 1 on Chicago 17, down 17-13, 26 seconds left in that game.
Whew. Give to Saquon. Oh.
Too soon, bro. Too soon.
3rd and 11 for the Lions. 3 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock. From their own 45-yard line, Stafford takes the snap out of the shotgun. He's going to step up in the pocket and get sacked again. That's our boy Rashawn. He'll get a half sack there. Stafford looks to be hurt. Is he grabbing his knee? He's getting up very slowly. He's probably sad because he just got licked pretty good by two dudes. That sounds sexual.
Stafford getting up ginger. Lions about to fall to 0-2.
Gary coming off the right side there. He was joined by Smith. Don't know who that is.
We're watching Rashawn Gary do things that he never did at Michigan.
So much potential.
We're starting to realize that 2020 might be back to normal.
They're going to go for it. 4th and 16 from their own 40.
Here we go, baby.
You love to see it. Three-man rush. Stafford steps up, fires it deep downfield. He's got man-on-man coverage and great defense there from Jackson. Number 37 for the Packers breaks it up. He was on an island guarding who's number 31.
That's got to be – no, that's not Agnew. Agnew's 39. Who is 31?
Why is 31 our go-to guy? Johnson. Ty Johnson, I guess?
Yeah.
Literally haven't seen him in the first 7 quarters of the season, and yet with the game on the line, a play they need to have, they throw it 90 yards downfield to Ty Johnson.
Surely that's what the offense coordinator was thinking was they will never suspect this.
Exactly. Rodgers out of this game, so they're going to bring in – is Jay Love getting his cherry popped? No, this is the other dude.
They're putting in somebody else, not Jordan Love?
Well, he's 3rd string. They said this guy beat him out. He's like some other rookie quarterback or something.
Oh.
But they're just going to run the clock out here. Go down to the 2-minute warning, followed by a couple kneel downs, and we'll wrap up this amazing performance.
Their backup is Tom Oates.
That sounds fake. That's made up.
I don't know who that is.
That's made up.
Oh, wait, no, Tom Oates. Okay, no, Packers, Tim Boyle, which is just no better. Packers taking big chance entering season with Tom Boyle as backup quarterback. So Phil, the live commentator, is going to tell us all about Tom Boyle right now here in these next coming seconds.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not.
The Giants have lost the game against the Bears. It ended up in a 3rd and 15 somehow from a 4th and 1. I guess they picked up the first and then stank after that. And the Bears win the game, start out 2-0, going up to win 17-13.
That's something you hate to see. I'm going to jump in here. So there's 2 minutes left in this game. This one's over. I have to poop. So I don't know how quick it'll be. Do you want me to do final comments now, or do you want to hold the fort until I get back?
Go to the bathroom and come back.
Okay.
If you're joining us, it's 42-21. Green Bay over Detroit. Detroit started out with a 14-3 lead over the Packers. Packers have now gone on a 39-7 run against the Detroit Lions. Something we're used to seeing. Not necessarily as heartbreaking as last week, that's for sure. Not gut-wrenching the way it was last week. Much to be expected. It's just the way we kind of lost the lead going into the half. And we were down 17-14 at the half. And ever since then, it's been pretty drastically bad for Detroit. But what are you going to do? Next week, we go up against the Cardinals at Arizona in what is now going to be an absolute must-win situation. Because after that, you have the Saints. So you lose next week, you're probably for sure going to go to 0-4. Can't afford to do it. So let's see what the Lions can do starting next week. This week is pretty much up for wraps. The waning moments of this game as the Packers close to just kneeling the football down and calling it a day. Some of the stat lines for the day, we're going to go over that really quick. And they are Matt Stafford, not a terrible day, not a great day. 20 for 33 for 244 yards, 2 touchdowns, but the one interception, a costly interception, was just a pick 6 in a moment where we were already falling behind, and that pretty much sealed it from there. Aaron Rodgers, much better day than what his numbers are showing. 18 for 30, 240 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. A lot of the stats not there necessarily for him in terms of yardage because Aaron Jones had 18 carries for 168 yards. That is a 9.3 yards per carry average and 2 touchdowns. By air, he had 4 catches for 68 yards and a touchdown. Aaron Jones with a big day. If you own him in fantasy football, you had yourself a good day. DeAndre Swift on the receiving end for Detroit went for 5 receptions for 60 yards. Not a bad day after the drop pass last week. By ground, he only had 5 carries for 12 yards, 2.4 average. Adrian Peterson led the way for Detroit again, 7 carries, 41 yards, 5.9 yards per carry, but we had to abandon the run. We only carried the ball 21 times in this game for 89 yards. Rushing comparison team stats, 89 yards for Detroit rushing total, 259 for Green Bay. That was pretty much the difference maker, as receiving was 240 to 244 in Detroit's favor. So not much of a difference there. It was the run game for the Packers that absolutely obliterated us today. The Lions have got to find a way to stop the run moving forward. Well, it's easier said than done. Easier said than done. So 35 seconds left in this game. 42-21 Packers. I actually turned off the game for a second to watch the Bears. 42-21. Rodgers out of the game. Boyle is their backup quarterback, and he is kneeling it down one more time. The Detroit Lions will fall to 0-2 on the season. Packers go to 2-0, so already 2 games up and a win over Detroit. They're showing now on the ticker Atlanta over Dallas 39-30, so Dallas also 0-2. Disappointing for them, to say the least. The Lions head next week to Arizona. And the Packers, let's see where they're going next week. They are at the Saints, so that'll be a tough game for them, to say the least. That'll be a good game. It's an 8:20 p.m. kickoff on NBC. It's a Sunday night game. Should be a good one. Story of the day is the Packers ran the ball all over that Detroit Lions defense. The Detroit Lions defense was suspect. We thought the issue coming into the game was going to be the secondary and that Aaron Rodgers was going to pass all over this defense and that Davante Adams was going to get a lot of fantasy points and yardage. And retrospect, it ended up being the run game that helped out the Packers. Phil, the game is over.
The game's over. Did we win?
believe it or not, we did not win. I was given the closing argument, so I'll make this quick this time around because we don't have as many late bloomers or late watchers. Yeah, correct. So, your thoughts on the game as a whole?
For the second straight week, we had parts that were good for like a quarter. Last week was the second quarter. This week was the first quarter. And then everything just goes to shit. I'm sorry for cursing.
You're good.
But like,
I can understand it.
Kerryon Johnson dominated the first quarter and then wasn't heard from for the rest of the game, basically. The Packers made adjustments on offense. We stopped them pretty well early on. Not even. I mean, we held them to a field goal. I guess that's like a stop. But they made adjustments and made plays, and then the Packers just did their Packers thing. Really questionable play calls. That 3rd and 1 where they tried to throw it 20 yards downfield to Amendola.
Yeah.
When the running game all day has been positive, 4 or 5 yards per tote. How do you not hand that ball off? And I think that was honestly the turning point. That was a drive they had to have.
Yeah, it was a point in which we were already – we were losing grip of the game at that point, and at that point we just let go. We were a jack off the Titanic, just let so Mike Malone says –
Titanic?
Yeah, I worded that poorly. Mike Malone says, well, that started out interesting. It sure did. It started out interesting. It didn't end that way.
No, it was very boring in the second half because we all knew what was going to happen. And then how about going into halftime? It's still fairly close, even though you've just given up all these points.
Mm-hmm.
And then first play, Aaron Jones, 70 yards, see ya. Like, it was over. The second that happened, you knew it was over.
Yeah, the game plan going into the half was let's just go ahead and give up the 75-yard scamper, and let's just call it a day and kind of coast from there, let the time run out.
Unreal.
The Lions head out to Arizona next week. The big thing I talked about today was the run game. I mean, Detroit had 89 yards rushing the ball. I think the Packers, I just clicked off of it, but it was like 258 or something like that.
It's 5,000 yards rushing for Green Bay.
It was a lot. It wasn't like we expected for Aaron Rodgers to go off. He didn't have to because we could not stop the run to save ourselves, and Detroit could not run the ball. Actually, well, like you said, we ran the ball okay.
They stopped because they went down by so much that they couldn't run anymore.
Yeah, we ran the ball okay. We just did not continue to stay with the run. So Detroit falls in this one.
If I may,
go ahead.
One more. Having no Kenny Golladay sucks. Yeah. And I know I said this at some point in the third or fourth quarter. There is no downfield threat. Stafford didn't throw a single ball that carried more than probably 15, 20 yards today. There's no reason for any defense to fear anything about the Lions right now downfield. Stack the box, blitz, because it's going to work, because there's no threat at all. Where's TJ Hawkinson? Why are they not getting him the ball?
Right.
I'm not going to blame him because I don't think it's his fault. I think that they don't call his number, and I don't know why. In week 1, he was their best offensive player. In week 2 today, I think he had like 2 catches. I don't remember because I don't remember calling his name. I'm assuming he had like 2 grabs. Where is he? He's a first-round pick from last year. You know he has potential. How are we not getting him the ball? If you're going to insist on throwing it so much when the running game's working okay, at least throw it to Hawkinson. Stafford didn't look good today. He missed a ton of his passes, long, short, whatever.
He
took a bunch of sacks late.
Pick six.
The pick six was crushing.
Yeah,
like he doesn't look good.
To answer your question, TJ Hawkinson was our leading receiver, but it wasn't because we went to him so much. It's because that 29-yard gain
in the first quarter
that you called an 18-yard gain.
What was the final line?
4 receptions for 62 yards.
4 for 62.
I mean, you got to go to him more. He got targets. He caught all 4 of his targets. So 4 targets, 4 grabs, 62 yards. I mean, you got to. I agree with you. You got to go to him, especially in Kenny Galladay's absence. He's got to be the guy. I mean, really, honestly, this offense is good enough to be potent even without Kenny Golladay, but they're not proving that to be the case. In other news, really quick, Saquon Barkley. Let me get rid of that. Saquon Barkley is out for the season. He has a torn ACL. So that is
That's
not
really
a good
sad.
thing at all, obviously, for the second year back. So prayers go out to him and his family and his friends as they look towards next season, obviously, because I've been there. I've torn both of my ACLs, so I know that's like. The Lions go down 42-21. Phil, you make some great points. Not enough Hawkinson. And a lot of other problems for the Lions, to say the least. The obvious is the secondary, but there were much more problems than that today. We look to clean it up next week against the Arizona Cardinals, and what I am going to call a must-win situation, because if you lose that game, you then have the New Orleans Saints, which will at the very least be an underdog in that game. So lose next week, and you quite possibly will start out 0-4, and all of a sudden we're having the tank for Trevor talk. So unless we want to get to that, we better win next week.
Lose for Lawrence.
Lose for Lawrence. Tank for Trevor. Either way you want to put it, that might be the case. So we are out of here today. We thank you all for watching. We have 5 viewers at the moment. If you could, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We go over the Detroit Lions, Detroit Tigers, Detroit Pistons, and Michigan Wolverines here on IntraMITTEN Sports that take place in the Mitten State. Until next time, we will see y'all next week against the Arizona Cardinals. Late kickoff next week. So we'll see you then. And Ian Jackson says bye. We were saying bye as well. See you later, guys.
Goodbye.